Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. This is Bugbear's Basement today, but overall on our site, Fanspeak here, it is the 200th episode. Wow. Wow, I cannot believe we've actually put up 200 videos in the past 6 or so months, but here it is. Here we are, and we're really, really happy to have you guys all joining us today for this. This is very exciting, and of course, we're looking forward to doing 400, 600, what have you. We're having a lot of fun here, and we're going to be pushing forward into the future. And this is, of course, all of us have been together in this, so we certainly appreciate you guys. Of course, all our links down here below that we'd love for you to check out and interact with. And of course, hitting that share button and letting in your friends and family and extended community know what's going on so they can all come over here. But today we're going to do something kind of special. Now, as you guys know, Bugbear's Basement is kind of an eclectic show, right? I mean, it isn't our news, it isn't our interview show, it's not our TFT, it's not our Bunny Vision movie night. It's something that we use to do all kind of different things with, and that's cool. That's fun that we have this kind of place to do this. And today we're going to be doing something different, and I wanted to do this today because it's something that's the most near and dear to my heart. I know we're all here about comic books and stuff like that, but you guys know I like board games as well. But since I was 9 years old, I have been playing tabletop role playing. Now, of course, these days you have to put the word tabletop in front of it because when I was young, we just call it RPG. But these days, the video games are taking over everything, so we have to put tabletop in front of it. But I started playing D&D when I was 9, and I've been doing it ever since. And most of that time I've spent as a DM, a GM, a storyteller, game master, whatever you want to call it. But I have played, I'm pretty sure every role playing game that's ever been made, I have at least played it or run. But this is something I've always loved doing. I've created a lot of modules and stuff over the years, particularly with RPGA and Palladium. Today, to celebrate our 200th, what I want to do is we're going to create characters from a very awesome and classic game called Marvel's Superheroes Role Playing Game. Yes, I know. Some of you guys might
TSR?
know that. Yes, to Wolf.
I'm sorry.
That's okay, dude. I understand the excitement. Now, the thing is, some of you might know this, some of you might not. But the thing with it is, out of all the systems I've ever played, I really still believe the best, tightest, most fun system, particularly for superheroes, is the Marvel superhero role playing game. It just
So far,
works so far. So exactly, but the face rip system really works well, and I can't. And it's interesting that it's never been beaten in my opinion, and it's also interesting to me that it's never been reproduced in another way. Nevertheless, we're going to be interacting with that today just for character creation, and I'm going to show you how we used to make characters, because these days everything has to be symmetrical and even and balanced and perfectly equal in every way, and which is nonsense, because asymmetry is much more fun, dude.
oh, this gets weird,
It does, but it gets
and it
so
requires a lot of imagination.
it does.
It requires a lot of imagination and wow, and knowledge. Knowledge of superheroes, what they can do, and
Mhm.
being able to piece things together. But then again, I'll let you continue talking.
No, no, I'm glad you're excited about it because, and I know you know the system as well, so it's really helpful to have someone else here. But it's asymmetrical creation was the most standard thing when role playing games began, right? I mean, one of the very first, superhero role playing games, of course, was Villains and Vigilantes, and that just had its new third or fourth edition come out, which I do own. I got it sitting around here,
Yeah, yeah.
and
Even the original D&D,
yes.
everybody would always say, hey, let's roll up characters because you rolled the dice, it was random, and sometimes you just threw that sheet away and started over. But like you say, it wasn't symmetrical. You didn't.
No.
Everybody wasn't balanced, and you had to work with it.
He did. And that's, I think, a lot of the fun because, one of the one of the really fun parts of role playing games is actually character creation. I mean, if you have a good storyteller and the people are involved and are into it, then of course the playing is amazingly fun. But the character creation process is actually a lot of fun, especially when you're put in a situation that you really need to stretch your brain. Now I see Bill from Argos Creation is saying, "Me too, Chester, 1983." Well, dude, get your butt in here then, because I could use a role player to come up and help us. But we're going to be doing that today. Now, I don't want to, we're going to be coming back to that a little bit later. We do want to cover some of our news first, as we always do. But we're going to be mainly pressing on that today. So our news section today is going to be a little bit abbreviated, but that's all right. Let me come over here to the panel and say hello to everybody, though. Of course, I've already been interacting and chatting with a very excited DeWolf. How you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. Yes, I'm better now. Yeah, I had just a regular standard day, so this is pretty cool.
It is. It is. And of course, we are also joined by George, the creator of Joe King. How you doing, man?
Greetings, everybody. Pleasure to
Hey,
be here. Well,
oh well, thank you for coming, George. And have you ever done any role playing, George?
no, I have watched. I have been thoroughly confused.
Hmm.
I have tried to follow it. I have been thoroughly confused even more. I
Well,
was trying to flip
you're in
the
good
table.
hands, George. You're in good hands. And
Yeah, yeah.
we're not actually role playing today anyway. We're doing character creation, which is kind of a whole different thing unto itself, but it's a lot of fun. And you're in good hands. Trust that you will have nothing but fun. Okay.
Let
But
me.
thanks
I
for
gotta
being
say
here.
something here for George. George sent me, or actually, he didn't really send it to me. He sent Dazzler another digital picture because she was watching Drawn and Quartered Fan Edition, and she said that she liked what he was doing, and he's doing something that Gary Shipman has also shown a lot of ability to do, and that is connect to a fan
Hmm.
or fans and create a fan base and hit them with something that it's not taxing him at this point, right? But he's giving that away and he's building that fan. And at this point, as soon as I gave Dazzler and all I had to do, I hit print, right? So we're not talking any great original cardstock or whatever, but just to get that picture, a fan is happy to get that and have that available to them. And so he's building a fan out of that, using that personal connection, and that's what this independent movement is all about. And
Yeah.
she was very happy to get that, George.
Wow. Pretty soon, I'm going to take over the world.
Oh, there you go. George is taking over the world. Watch out. All right. Well, thank you for coming, George. And of course, we're also joined by the Pixel Trader himself. How's it going, man?
I'm doing good, brother. Just pop it in, hang out with you guys for a little bit, do some news. I might have to bail, but we'll see how it goes.
Oh, well, hopefully you can stay around. I'm really happy you're here, though, because as you guys know, Pixel Trader is the one that helped me build this site. This whole FanSpeak exists because Pixel knows how to do stuff, and I'm a stupid boomer, you know. But I, of course, appreciate it very much that he helped me understand this stuff. And look how smooth it's going, though, dude. I mean, remember when we were trying to figure out Streamlabs and to get it to work,
Oh
and
yeah,
it's so smooth and everything's good, right?
yeah. I remember sitting in a private stream, trying to work the stuff out at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning my
Yep.
time,
Yep.
and
Yep.
finally got it all figured out.
Yeah, and here we are. We're 550 subs, I guess, and we're 200 videos in. I actually got an email. I'm sure it was an automated one, but I did get an email from YouTube itself saying, "Congratulations on 500 subs." I also got two other emails saying you use somebody else's music and they have claimed it. So thank you. So now I got a few videos that won't play, and it's odd. It's fine in America. What they claimed it against was like America, Samoa, the American Virgin Islands, Guam, things like that. America, the rest of the world is fine. It's just it's the little outer territories of America that it can't those videos can't be viewed on. It's
Ah,
I'm a little bit it's weird why that is. I don't know. But oh well, it's too bad for American Samoa. All our fans
yep.
over there. It's really sad. But anyway, thank you very much for being here, Pixel Dude. It's cool. Yeah, this is a momentous moment for us, I think. And of course, going into the future, I'm hoping there'll be a lot more bigger moments. Did I just say more bigger? Wow, goodness
Ah,
gracious.
Yeah,
good.
just go to tank, dude.
There's more
Hey, how's
bigger,
it going, Tank? How you doing, man?
more bigger.
Goodness gracious.
I'm doing good, man. How you guys doing?
I'm doing great, dude. Glad to have you here. Of course, Tank has been jumping around and involved with us for a very long time. Glad to have you here as well, Tank.
Oh, I'm glad to be here. 200th episode. This is exciting.
It is, man. It is.
It's your
And
bicentennial.
it is a bicentennial in a way, although there hasn't been any years involved. But nevertheless, but okay. So thank you for being here, everybody. And I'm going to jump into the news. We're going to do a little bit of news, but it's going to be really truncated because I really want to get to the Marvel superhero character creation. But we do news every day, Monday through Friday. So let's not break that. Just real quick before I do. I'm going to jump over here to the chat and make sure I acknowledge everybody. We got Vailed in here. Dennis is in here. Hey, congrats on the 200. Thanks, Dennis. Nick is in here. We also have Eric is in here. He says hello. Thank you. We got Bill, of course, from Argos Creations. He's saying congrats. Well, thank you very much. And who else we got in here? We got not Joshua Hughes. All right. Hello. And they're already starting to time people out. Wonderful. You get Santa Raven in here. Oh, it's been a while. Nice to see you. We got P Money in here. We got McCrank, and we have Zach Hawkins as well. So did I just say more bigger? Chester Busby 2019. Thanks, Nick. You're always paying attention. It's wonderful. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump into our news that we want to cover today. And we got a couple of
Uh,
them. And I want to kind of jump into go through them pretty quickly here. But there is some interesting news that we are going to cover. So let me just share here with the panel so everybody can see, and then we'll move along. Now, this first one right here is the Kickstarter staff is unionizing. Now, Denali, of course, is our news gatherer, and he put all this stuff up. But I was reading through this article, and it's kind of interesting because not so much that they're unionizing, but just because of what Kickstarter has become. I don't know about all of your guys' experience, but I've been using Kickstarter because of my interaction with the board game community for over a decade. Right. And I've seen Kickstarter change radically in two ways. One, their tech, their software has improved radically. I mean, it's really quite the amazing site, and I really hope that Indiegogo can catch up because they're way behind in that way. The other thing I've seen them is become absolutely radically woke. Radically woke. I don't mean a little bit liberal because I mean, who cares if someone's liberal? I mean, but I'm talking about progressive SJW woke, and they keep going deeper and deeper down that rabbit hole. And but because they're not the ones that are generating the money, independent creators are what are generating the money. It hasn't really hurt them yet, so it's kind of unique in that way. But now they're going to unionize, and we know how communist and unions work. So anybody have an opinion on that?
aren't
Anybody?
unions be good?
A union could be good, and it also could be an absolute disaster.
Hmm.
I think it's not going to affect, the rest of us so much. I
No.
could be wrong, but it's going to be just behind the scenes how they interact with one another, pay, and pensions or whatever they've got going on, right?
Mhm.
So
Yeah, but
Usually, the formation of a union is because something's not kosher in the company.
that's
Yeah, I
true.
was gonna say, like, if your employees are considering unionizing, you might be showing up in too nice of a car to work.
or or maybe they're just a bunch of crazy SJWs who think communist 24/7, and therefore they think it's something they deserve, right?
Yeah, it
That's
also says
valid too.
international.
Well, Kickstarter is international, but
Yeah, it says international union, and that's globalist. So that
it
goes
is.
along with that whole agenda.
It does. I mean, this isn't that big a news, or I suppose, but I just thought and Denali must have thought it was interesting too, because this is a sign, right? Because unions, I mean, way back when unions were first created, they were actually a necessary thing. But in modern times, unions are really obsolete, and they're more about money grabbing and manipulation and control now than they are about actually bringing some kind of sense of balance and fair play to the to
Yeah,
the the laborer, right?
yeah, because
Hey,
before. but before there was no service for the worker, and they did not even have information, and now information is at our fingertips, and so it's a different, it's vast. I wouldn't call this a dark age concept, actually.
Yeah,
In
I
one way
would.
it is,
I
because they
would.
used to
Yeah.
have guilds.
Yeah.
So it's a more dark age concept and early turn of the century concept than what we have now in our enlightened brains of the 21st century.
Hmm. Well, I mean, and unions have really, a lot of people are trying to back away from them in these days because it's just simply costs you money and doesn't really do anything for you, or it costs a lot of trouble, like we see with the teacher unions. They're nothing but trouble, not only for the community at large, but often for the teachers, even though a lot of them are too blind to see it. But yeah, unions are kind of an odd thing these days. But we'll see. I'm going to keep an eye on this one because I have a feeling they're about to eat themselves, and that could be a really bad thing because Kickstarter is extremely useful site. Now, if you go over to Kickstarter, one of the things you'll notice that I've noticed for years is the things that they put on their front page, the thing they feature, are always SJW type of movements and such. It's always that kind of thing, and it's quite ironic to me because I don't know if you guys realize this, but the bulk of the actual money that Kickstarter gets and makes is off of board games. So you would think that board games would actually be the thing that they featured, but they don't, right? But nevertheless, it is what it is. Let's move on to another one here, and then we'll come back to watch a trailer because we know trailers are fun, and I usually get some kind of claim on them too, so that's even extra fun. Hmm. The Disney and Fox merger is finally complete. Well, this isn't such big
Finally.
news, but hey, Disney now owns Deadpool, X-Men, Fantastic Four. So
Fantastic.
fantastic. So is this a good thing in the long run or is it a bad thing? That's my question.
I think it's
Mega corporations, they're bad.
They could be. Yeah. But I mean seriously because
Mega corporation. Yeah.
well having it separated into different companies meant we got more superhero movies. Now that it's under Disney's umbrella, I would assume that means we get less superhero movies, right?
Well, we
Yes,
have
because they
already.
won't be competing with each other.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, DeWolf.
No, yeah, it's a good point. But yeah, and we've already seen where something recently did not come out, or it came out sooner in order because it's under Disney. I think it was Marvel. Oh, that's right. It was Mary Poppins. I
Yeah.
think I read an article about how one movie came out and they pushed it back so that it would not be competing with Mary Poppins. So if Disney has that availability now, they don't want to put a movie up against themselves. You may have to wait. I'm gonna get a superhero movie where they might want to space out another one,
Hmm.
instead push it further back while they put in some other movies that you have to wait through. As
Yeah.
far
You
as the
know.
consumer goes, Fox having all of the X-Men and those being able to be connected back into Marvel or MCU, that from a consumer standpoint, that sounds great. But then the other problem is, like Ferret said, it's just more of that giant conglomeration concept.
Yeah.
And the more we see of that, it usually in the long run, for instance, if you say Disney's a problem, then it too, and then we lose out.
Yeah. What do you think, Pixel, on this? Is this a good thing or a bad thing?
Uh, I want to hope for the good because I really want to see some of the Fox characters mixed with the Marvel characters, right? I mean, the MCU be able to combine and have some cool stuff, but I don't know. I really don't know. But are we ever really going to see Deadpool show up in an Avengers movie? I just don't think so. So maybe,
That's a good, interesting point. I don't know that he fits so well, but it is interesting. I have to say that we did have Spider-Man in the Infinity War, and that worked out really well. Of course, in the Infinity War is easily the best movie they've ever made. I mean, as far as just simply the construction of a movie, the pacing,
yeah,
the storytelling, the dynamism of it. The Infinity War was just outstanding flick, and I still feel that the first Avenger, Captain America: First Avenger, is my favorite Marvel movie
Yeah, yeah.
so far. But you cannot deny the Infinity War how amazing that was. That's a 2.5 hour
yeah.
movie, and you don't feel that at all, at
No,
all.
not
Totally.
at all. The other thing I'm curious about too, now that we have the X-Men and with that whole, I know they're not MCU movies, but uh, we have the opportunity of bringing that Quicksilver into the MCU potentially. I don't know how they would work it exactly, but I really like the X-Men Quicksilver a lot more than I like
Oh yeah,
the MCU Quicksilver.
I agree. I agree.
Mm.
Yeah, that was that was probably one of the best things of that movie that he was in. Was his little scene. Very cute,
Yeah,
very clever.
yeah,
Well,
And you
and
know,
I
one thing,
uh
w-
Go ahead.
one thing to not get bogged down with, and that's the idea of it being an Avengers movie. Phase 4, right, is going to be different. And I think when you have Fox and Fantastic Four available, you're going to lose the idea that this is the Avengers crew, Captain America. It's no longer part of just the Avengers coming together to be the Avengers movie. It's going to be all of the heroes available out there. You can mix and match and cameo, having X-Men or even Spidey fight with an X-Men character, or Marvel team up, right? Marvel 2-in-1s. We used to
oh
see
yeah,
that a lot. So
yep, that's a
that
good
would be a
point.
cool aspect to see them go into.
I predict that any negative thinkings regarding the Fox Disney merger will disappear instantly if the end of Endgame has a cameo at the end, Galactus targeting Earth.
Yeah.
That
That
would
would
be cool, wouldn't it? That would be cool.
Galactus in his true form. None of this cloud doo-doo.
Oh, that was
Right.
ridiculously silly. Valenid says KK wanted Kathleen Kennedy wanted to push Solo to Christmas, but Disney wanted Poppins, so Solo stayed in May. Yeah, no, but Solo was kind of interesting thing. It took a lot of the brunt of the hate for the Last Jedi. And people were saying it's a mediocre movie, kind of like what they're saying with the Captain Marvel one. But the thing is, eventually, my wife made me watch Solo. She literally forced me, and it was a bad movie. It wasn't mediocre. It was just straight bad. So I'm kind of hoping when my wife forces me to watch Captain Marvel, that it's at least mediocre as people are saying. So I got my fingers crossed. I hope it's at least a Black Panther level, you know. But anyway, Valenus says, up until Captain Marvel, I was excited to see the Fantastic Four and X-Men in the MCU. Now less so. Yeah, I know. But we'll get past it. I'm sure. I mean, a lot of the angst toward Captain Marvel has more to do with Brie Larson's nasty attitude than it is the actual concept, right? So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, I'm going to jump over now, and I'm going to do our last little piece today. I had a couple of little things, like this one. Disney is reviving Lucasfilm games. So I mean that's kind of a cool thing. We have to wait and see what comes to that before we really talk about it. And I
Now
also
bring
had
on
this
X-Wing.
yeah, huh?
That was such a great game, or X-Wing versus TIE Fighter. Bring those out and release them under new tech. That'd be awesome.
And James McAvoy, who's a really good actor, says he wants to play the Riddler. Whew, that would be a dark Riddler. But that's kind of interesting. But let's go to our last bit before we move on to the real fun of the day. And that is we're going to watch Toy Story trailer. I will hear no objections. None. You guys ready? Okay, here we go. Trailer time.
Everyone, Bonnie made a friend in class.
Oh, she's already
Yay,
making
Bonnie.
friends.
No, she literally made a new friend.
I'm really upset
I want
right
you
now
to
that I can't
meet
do it.
Forky.
Hi.
Hello.
He's a spork.
Yes, yeah, I know. Forky is the most
That's
important toy to Bonnie right now.
Forky.
We all have to make sure nothing happens to him.
Woody, we have a situation.
Uh-oh. This is not,
a toy. I
at
was
all
thinking
what I
soup,
expected.
Salad, maybe chili, and then the trash.
Porkman? Cool.
Buzz, we've got to get Forky.
Affirmative.
Sporkman makes his movie debut. That's
He
awesome.
does, man.
You're
Go
Bonnie's
Sportsman.
toy. You are going to help create happy memories that will last for the rest of her life.
Huh? What?
Oh, yeah.
She created
This is
a toy.
not what I expected.
Bo, Forky, come on. Bo?
Yeah, this is what I
Hi
expected.
there.
Bo
My
Peep.
name is Gabby.
We can't stay.
Yes, you can.
Uh-oh.
Antique toys.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Woody, behind you.
Them a person doll.
Bo, what
are you
Bo
doing
Peep is
here?
bad,
Time to
badass.
explain. Come with me.
We need
Strong
to get back
female
to our
character.
kid.
Aw, Sheriff
Where's
Woody
Buzz?
always coming to the rescue.
Bonnie needs Forky.
Woody, who
No
needs
Tim
a
Allen?
kid's room when you can have all of this?
Too conservative.
Wow.
Wow.
Woody, aren't we going to Bonnie?
Uh-oh.
We have to find them. What do we do, Buzz?
What would Woody do?
Jump out of a moving vehicle.
Okay.
Let's go.
Eh, gotta go, you gotta go.
Back in the RV.
Yeah.
You know, you've handled this lost toy life better than I could.
Open your eyes, Woody. There's plenty of kids out there. Sometimes change can be good.
You can't teach this old toy new tricks.
You'd be surprised.
Bonnie? We're going home, Forky.
Bonnie, I'm coming!
Wow.
On my way, Woody!
To infinity and beyond.
I don't know, man.
Don't let Woody leave. Kids lose their toys every day.
I was made to help a child. I don't remember it being this
There's a
hard.
lot in this trailer, and it's
Somebody's
weird.
whispering in
dude.
your ear. Everything's gonna be okay.
Is he becoming a father figure to this force? Is that
It
what we're going
seems
for?
so. Wow. Boy, that's not what I expected. That's not a kids show at all.
Because
Huh.
we've seen friends and we've seen additional friends coming together and past friends to him for Woody to be a father figure. That's the one thing I guess we haven't seen yet.
True. I don't know. That felt weird though. What do you guys think about that?
It did.
It did. There's a comment. I don't know what to think about that. Let me see if the chat has any opinion. Dennis Brock says, Chester, I disagree. Although Brie is bad in Captain Marvel, the movie was poorly written. Yeah. I understand that. As if the writers never saw any of the MCU movies. Brie may be good in Endgame with Russo brothers writing. Maybe. Zach Hawkins
She
says,
may be. I
She
like
may be.
this. I like this,
Yeah.
Dennis.
They did rip off Sporkman. You can't change my mind. Dragon says, this is retarded. And they should be ashamed of abusing this IP. Dennis says, Toy Story 4 just looks odd. Not sure the story will work. It does odd. I don't know what to think about it. It's
Too many concepts in one story. Way too many concepts. Creation of a character, father-son figure, a lost and find scenario, powerful alpha female sub-story or alpha story. A lot of concepts in that trailer.
It looks like it's trying way too hard to be epic.
But more importantly, it looks like it's not made for kids, which is odd because Toy Story is a family movie, right? This looks like it's more maybe they're thinking that their original fans are older and maybe that's what they're doing. I don't know. That struck me as odd though. Let's see here. Well, this Flit Armorant says pass. Thunder so well. This is fun. I come home and my headset is broken. Great. Well, just use your mic, your webcam mic, dude. Nick says it felt weird because no Randy Newman. Right, guys. Well, that's interesting. There wasn't any of them. The standard music wasn't in there. They had that.
You got a friend in me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Huh. Well, anyway, there it is. All right. And we'll see how that goes because I know my family will certainly watch it because they're like Toy Story addicted. So, and I'm assuming all your families are the same because Toy Story is freaking Toy Story. But what's your favorite one, though? What's your favorite Toy Story so far?
Oh, 3.
Really?
3. Oh, man. 3 just grabs you and kicks you right in the feels.
That's interesting. I think
great suspense, good suspense in that movie. I was like, holy moly! I wish my adult movies were this suspenseful.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The freaking fire, right?
I had kids who were traumatized because of one particular scene. Not to spoil anything, but where the main characters are in grave danger. And I had to chill my kids out because they were just like, dude, it was too much for them. It was hilarious.
I same thing for me. Yeah.
I like the first one best, personally. But I think they're all fun. My family certainly love those films. Toy Story movies, and of course Harry Potter is stuff that my kids grew up on. Of course, as well as a little bit later, but when they started this MCU stuff, my kids really love that because they grew up in my house. So even though we're in Japan, they know. Marvel and DC superheroes quite well. Matter of fact, my daughter, I used to buy comics for my kids from America. I'd ship them over here. Yes, I know it's stupid expensive, but nevertheless. My daughter really loved Miss Marvel. And when she heard the Captain Marvel was coming, I didn't say anything to her because I didn't want to discourage her. But she's been paying attention on her own, and she went and saw it because it is out here in Japan now. And she's not pleased. Not pleased at all. Oh well, because she's an actual Miss Marvel fan, right? Because I bought a whole bunch of comics, just kind of throwing them at them. It was this more than a decade ago.
You
And
mean Lightning Bolt, Miss Marvel?
Yeah, 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 yeah. But that she was with Hyperion in that storyline. She's because when I first started getting the comics, of course, I read it to them, and then as they get older, they can read it themselves, right? But
Mhm.
she picked Miss Marvel was the one she was really interested in. My son loved The Flash, and that's what I mainly got for them. But he also liked Deadpool a little bit and Spider-Man. But mainly, my son loved reading The Flash, and my daughter loved reading Miss Marvel. And Yeah, she was very disappointed with the movie. And that's not good because there is one of your real fans, right? She chose that of her own her that was her own choice, right? Because I had a whole bunch of different titles, even indies, I had brought into the house, and just kind of reading them and stuff, and they kind of gravitated toward what they liked, right? And as they did that, then I would focus on buying that for them continuously,
You
right?
don't got to convince us.
I'm
We
just saying
understand.
that's a very natural thing, right? Nevertheless, it is what it is. And Paul says, two, Jesse's flashback to her old owner growing up makes me a blubbering crybaby. I see. Yeah, yeah. Cool. All right, guys. We're going to move on now, and we're going to get into some fun. So this is what I need everybody to do. I'll put it in again because Bill came in here a little after, so let me drop that again. But over here in the chat, guys, you can find a link to a dice roller. Okay, now Bill knows what this is. He's actually used it before. But do me a favor and bring that dice roller up, please, everybody. And I also need everybody to have some kind of word program available that you can share screen with, please.
Hey, Chester.
Yeah.
Did you know that I'm a ninja?
I know that I live next to ninjas, so yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm a ninja. You want to see my Kagebushin no Jutsu?
Go ahead.
All right, here it goes.
Oh, boom! There
It's
he is.
Connecting.
There he is. Double ninja.
And I'm gonna hit the screen share. That's right.
All right. So you guys ready with those things? You got a word program that we can view, and you have that dice generator that I just dropped in the chat. Are you guys ready?
I don't see it in the chat. Sorry.
It's in the Hangouts, guys. It's in the Hangouts.
Right.
The actual Hangouts that we're using. It's I'll put it up there again.
Yeah, I'm not getting any messages. So
here, I will. It's not a message, dude. It's right here in the Hangouts itself. On the lower right hand, lower left hand corner, there's a little chat box. You just click on that, you open it up, and boom, you should be able to see it.
Yeah, I've used it a few times. It's not there. I know what you're talking about. I will. I'll just search for one.
That's okay. I will drop it into the Facebook DMs. How about that? Okay, I'm putting this in the Facebook DMs. All right, guys. Let me come over there.
All right.
Here we go. And there it is. So just use this one right here is really good. We can see it easily. Just click on that and get that ready in one tab. And also, please prepare a Word document of some kind that you can type into. Okay. Now, this is what we're going to do, guys. We are going to create characters for the Marvel Superheroes role-playing game, and we're going to use this is old school. We're going way back old school, okay, guys? Now, this is, like I said before, this is not symmetrical point buying system stuff that they have for today. And I'm not knocking it. You can have fun with that. And I have had fun with that. But I just want to, I really prefer the old randomness because when you put that randomness in, you get all these strange numbers and all these strange powers, and you have to figure out how to work them together. It's a lot more fun. The process is fun because you have to use your imagination. We're not going into this saying, I want to make a superhero guy or I want to make a Batman type guy. No, that's not what we're doing. We're taking what we get and then we're going to create something from that, right? So it's a very different type of process than many of you might be used to in this modern age of role playing. So we're going to do that. So you guys got the dice up. Does everyone have Word documents available? We're good?
Well, good.
Aye, aye.
All
I
right.
have a Word document. I can't find the dice thingy happening. Sorry.
I put it into the fan speak Facebook DMs, dude.
Fan speak Facebook. Oh my gosh. Why are you making this life?
I'm
He's
sorry,
not in
Mr.
there.
Boomer. He's not in there. Okay, well, no problem. I will do it another way. How about this way, George? I'm going to come over here and I'm going to go to your Twitter. I'm going to solve it, dude. It's solving it. That's what we're doing. Look, where can I put that in? Let's see. What Twitter are you part of here?
Oh, I see. Fan speak. In the Twitter. Okay,
here
I'm
it
in the.
is, George. I'm dropping it right now into the George and me, George and you. It says so. Here you go. It's right in there in your Twitter. All right. Sweet, sweet. All right, guys. So here we go. This is what we're going to do. George can get ready, but I'll come back to George.
Well, and when you do get your dice roller up, you'll want to go down to the box and you'll want to click the D100 and the D10 die.
That's right.
So that you get a D10 and a D100.
That is correct. Thank you very much. And let me bring DeWolf up and let him demonstrate that. So DeWolf, can you go ahead and show that to everybody? I'm going to white box you.
Oh, yeah. Where is that? Is that the 3 little lines here? It is.
Yeah. Up on the upper right-hand corner, just click that and share your screen and just show it.
Yeah.
All right. Now, we do have a couple people, including here with DeWolf, that do know this system. So they're going to be very helpful. Now, watch what he's doing. What he's going to do is he's going to take the one
right in the middle. Right in the middle, there's the D10.
Yep. Click that.
And then down over here on the far right is a D100.
That's right.
And then when I click the throw, it does this. I'll just tap and drag every time I want to roll.
Yep, there you go. All right. So, excellent. So, everybody get that ready. And I'll go ahead and start with DeWolf since I'm sitting right on him. And like I said, we're going to do complete random generation, complete. So, we have no clue what we're going to end up with. And understand we could have someone that is godlike and we could have someone who is cannon fodder. And that's all right. Because look at the Avengers themselves, right? Do you think Captain America can stand toe-to-toe with Thor? Let alone Hawkeye? For goodness sakes, he's got a
I'm going to say
yes. You see, Chester, you say cannon fodder. I think comedic relief.
That's right. That's right. You got to find your part, right? Anyway, okay, DeWolf, we're going to start. So why don't you give me a roll, and we will start this out. So right now, we are choosing characters. And when we do stat generation, we'll do that all together. Right now,
this is like the type, like mutant or altered human?
That's right. And I'm going to go through the whole process. So we're going to get this all done. So first thing I want you guys to do on this Word program that you have up on the left-hand corner, of course, I want you to put down your name. Obviously, we're going to need that, which we'll decide on the names later, right? So just put in the word name, right? That's not what I meant, DeWolf. I meant just name. Actual type in the word name, please.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody do this too at the same time, all right? And then, DeWolf, I want you to go to halfway into the page, and I want you to put in origin. No. Right next to name. Next to name.
Oh, you like tab over.
Yeah, tab over, please. Yeah, tab over. Yeah. Yeah, just like about the middle of the page, right? There you go. Put in
Okay.
origin. Excellent. Okay, and you can adjust that
I
later.
spell that right?
But now we're going to roll. Everybody should have this name, and then next to that you should have origin. And we're right now what we're doing with the dice is we're getting our origin. So go ahead and roll those dice, man.
Big 30.
Oh, no problem. Okay, now this is coming into the mutant line. All right. So you have a choice. So first thing you want to put down is mutant. Yeah, I have an adjusted table. I see what you're doing. I have an adjusted table. And because I want to have people have a little bit of choice. So now
I guess.
what you need to do is you need to either choose just simple straight mutant, or you need to change the word mutant to breed. So you're either going to have a mutant or a breed. Now the difference is a mutant is a mutant like X-Men and stuff like that, where a breed or a breed mutant is a legacy mutant, right? And it doesn't matter which, you can choose either one you want. Their
I don't
bonuses
know
they
what that
get.
means. Like eternal
Like an eternal, yeah, in a way, yeah,
or
yeah,
Titan?
yeah. Inhuman, maybe something like that, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna roll it, and if I just don't like it, I'm gonna go back to mutant.
Oh, it's your choice. You can choose either way. All right. So which one
Just
you
for
want?
S and Gs.
Do you want
Well,
breed or do you want mutant?
I think I want regular mutant.
Okay, cool. So write down next to mutant. I need you to write these things down. I need you to write down CL1, column 1 for generation. CL1. Okay, +1 power.
Okay.
Okay. I also need you to put in +1 to resources. -1 to resources. -1 to resources. And +1 to endurance. Okay. And we'll come back to you. All right. So let me come over here next. Let me come to. So Bill, you ready, Bill?
Yeah.
All right, Bill. So you're showing DeWolf right now. Could you please show your dice generator and pages, please? All right.
There you go. Okay.
All right. So go ahead and throw this and give me your number, please.
78.
All right. Now this is coming into the artificial being category. So underneath here,
Nice.
you need to make a decision. Okay. What I'm doing is I have some of you guys I'm sure have the Marvel superhero role playing game books, like say for instance the Ultimate Power book, which is which is a book that is made pure of love. But what I've done, I have an adjusted tables here to give a little bit of choice, which I use for my homebrewed games. So basically, your artificial being category. So what you need to do is make a decision. Are you a cyborg or are you a robot? Your choice.
Cyborg or robot?
Yep.
I'm going to go with cyborg.
Awesome. All right. So for cyborg, which you need to write down here, let me get over that page real quick. All right, so Cyborg has some pluses and some minuses. Basically, you are CL4.
Okay.
So column 4, all right. Next, you're going to get a -1 to your intuition. All right. You're also going to get a +1 to resources.
Okay.
And you also get +1 contact, which we'll get into that much later, but that is kind of nice. And of course, as we get into the creation, when we get your powers and all those things like that, those will inform your cybernetics, right? If you have super strength, well, then you probably have cybernetic arms, or whatever. So we'll get into that later. But okay, you're good to go.
Okay.
All right, so you are good to go. Next, let me come over here to Denali. Denali, you just jumped in here with us a little bit ago. Are you going to join us for this? What we're doing?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay, cool. So just bring up that dice generator and a word form for me, just like you saw the other guys doing, please.
Okay.
Someone type in Kirby Crackle. Yeah, dude. We definitely going to have some Kirby Crackles, man.
Crackle it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got everything so you can share screen and display with everybody?
Sure.
Okay. I'd come back to you if you like.
Let me see. Share screen application. Don't really want to share screen because it's showing our Hangouts.
Oh, I
thing.
see. It
Yeah.
is. You are showing your Hangouts. Oh no,
Yeah.
you're a bad,
Yeah.
bad boy.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah. Let's not. Yeah. But I don't know if it was showing that bad. I think I got it blocked off of the. I actually have this cut off the top. I think you're good to go. Show it again. Let me see it on the actual Streamlabs. Do that again, please.
All right. Let me see. Sharing screen. Sharing screen. Share.
Yeah, no, I got it set up. It's fine, dude. You're fine. You're good
Okay.
to go.
All
Okay,
right.
so that dice generator that I had put up, do you have that available?
Yeah.
And you rolled a 95?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So now where we're coming is what this is the elemental life category. Okay. So
Mhm.
you need to choose an element, any element you
Mm.
like, and it doesn't have to be the standard fire, water, earth, air type of thing. It could be light, it could be dark force, it could be
Kirby Crackle?
shadow, Kirby Crackle. Yes, it could be Kirby Crackle. Any kind of energy form you can imagine, you can put down, and basically your body is made of that. Okay.
Denali just won the Marvel role-playing game lottery with that role.
Yes, he
You did a
did.
wicked
Yeah.
Yes, he did. This is
Phoenix
gonna be
Force.
extremely
Phoenix
powerful character.
Force.
So
Galactian Herald. Yeah.
so which one do you want to choose, dude? I need to know because it does vary.
Um. What was it? What was the choice? Elemental. Any elemental?
Anything you want. You choose an element and you tell me what it is, and then I'll give you your bonuses to roll up.
Dirt.
Dirt.
Dust. Fingernail crime. Hey.
Large nuclear force. Go, man.
Nuclear man. No. Plasma.
Plasma. Okay.
Plasma. Oh.
It's got to get ugly, guys. All right. So here we go. So this is what you get. First of all, you are a CL5.
Okay.
Yep, CL5. You also have a bonus power of emission and control of your type. So basically, that means plasma emission and control, which understand in this game, plasma encompasses many types of energy. So, yeah, this is going to be interesting. All right, and
Emission control.
there are a few other little things, but we don't have to worry about those. Those are more coming when we're
Mhm.
actual role playing. But that's for right now. That's good enough. And of course, you have your endurance is based upon the type, and therefore your which we'll get into the face rip stuff here in a minute. So your endurance is equal to the plasma type, and plasma is a +3. We could have a class 1000 endurance here, guys.
Awesome.
It's possible. It's possible. Unlikely though. But yeah, +3. So yeah, that's going to be an interesting character. All right, let me move down the line here to let me come on over to who's next here. Next we have George. Oh, George, you get everything set up nice and beautiful. Look at that. Go ahead and roll the 10-sider and the 100 percentile dice, please. So you got to clear that out. Go ahead and clear that out, George. Hit the clear button. There you go. Right in the middle, there's a 10. Right in the middle. Right in the middle. Yeah. There you go. And then click that, and all the way over to your right, please. Yeah, that one. Yeah, and go ahead and throw that. All right. All right. 12. All right. So this is falling into the mutant category again. So it's the same thing as that we had with DeWolf. So you can either have a mutant, just kind of standard X-Men mutant, or you can have a breed, which a breed is, like I said, they're legacy mutants, kind of like Inhumans or Eternals, maybe a little bit, just legacy characters. They're
I'll go for breed.
You okay? Okay, perfect. All right, so write this down to your origin, a CL1, column one. All right.
Uh-huh.
And then your intuition and your endurance are raised +1 column shift. So just write down +1 intuition and endurance, please.
Intuition +1 and endurance.
+1. They're both +1. Yep.
Endurance. Okay.
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 And the good thing about being a breed is that you don't have any of the minuses that a mutant has. Mutants get minuses to their popularity rolls, which is their charisma rolls. They get all kind of minuses because they're mutants and everyone hates mutants, right? But you don't get any of that. You have nothing but bonuses. So breeds are a little bit more powerful. All right, awesome. That's perfect, dude. Let's move down here over to our last competitor today, Tank Ferret, man. Go ahead and roll, dude.
What is up, man? All right. +3.
All right, you're the same as them. You're in the mutant category. So would you like to have a mutant or a breed?
Well, let's go with a breed.
All right.
Let's,
So that
let's
is
have fun with
column
that.
one. Column one. There you go.
All right.
He's got it all set up. Column one is for your rolling, which we're going to do here right now. You also have +1 to intuition and endurance. Okay.
All right.
All right. Sweet. So that's that. Now we're going to move over to our next section. Now what we're going to do is we're going to roll up 7 statistics. All right. I have a little bit of altered charts here just to make sure that we don't have a bunch of feebles running around, but don't worry about that. So what we're going to do is I'm pretty sure there's 4 of you. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? No, 5. There's 5 of you. I'm pretty sure everybody here is column. Most of you are column 1, and then we have a column 4 and a column 5. So the 3 of you, let's see, who do we have? We have DeWolf is a column 1, and George is a column 1, and Tank is a column 1. So let's do that first. All right. So I need. No, actually, yeah, let's do that first. So go ahead, DeWolf and George and Tank. Please roll your dice so everybody can see them, and then give them to me individually, and I will give you a statistic. We're going to do this 7 times, so let's just flow with this. All right. DeWolf,
right.
go ahead and tell me what's your first number, your percentile number. Same thing as we did before, guys. Percentile number.
31.
31. All right. Please write that down as a. We're going to give you words here. I'm going to translate the words into numbers later. Okay. So just write down the word good. All right. Now keep in mind, typical is the average human. Good is above average, and unearthly would be God level. Okay, this was something that was very interesting with this role-playing game when it came out. All other games until that time were just strictly number-based, but this game has word ranking, and then there's a number spread in the rank, meaning that between this number and this number is this rank, and you're using the rank to do what you do, not the number. And this became very interesting when it came to role-playing, but also to leveling up your character. But we'll get into that later. Go ahead and tell me what your first number was there, George.
You roll the dice again?
Yes, we're going to do this 7 times, George.
Oh, okay. 1 and 30. 31.
So 31. Okay, thank you. So 31 also falls under the category of good. Tank?
All right.
So write down the word good, George. Just write down good. Okay?
Okay, sure.
Go ahead, Tank.
Good.
90.
Ooh. So this is an incredible, sir. Write down the word incredible. All right, so let's flow through this really quick. All right, DeWolf, we got to do this 7 times, guys. Go ahead, DeWolf. Actually, you should all roll.
I'm goofing off, man. Oh, 59.
All right, 59. That is an excellent. George, what's your next number?
My next number is 64.
Okay, excellent. That's a remarkable. Okay, write that down, Tank.
All right, got 88.
Sweet, dude. You are cranking over there. Incredible,
right?
Sir.
All right.
DeWolf?
Tick, 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 tick. Bink, 21.
Oh, okay. That's all right. That is good. George? George?
Rolled 16.
Okay, George, that is a typical. Write down the word typical. Okay. Tank?
All right. 37.
All right, that is an excellent. No, excuse me, that is a good. That is a good. DeWolf?
Okay.
Did we lose Denali?
I don't know, dude.
I'm sorry.
Just let's keep going. Give me a roll, DeWolf.
Ting, 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 ting. 53.
Excellent. That is an excellent, sir. George?
I rolled the dice, and it's coming up 78.
78. All right, very nice. Let me get off of these right here so we can just see it flow. I'm sorry about that. That was 78. That's remarkable. And understand, you're just writing these words down. Yeah, you're doing it perfect. Remarkable. Tank?
All right. 70 on the dot.
Excellent. That's remarkable as well. Go ahead,
right.
DeWolf. This is number 5, I do believe.
Man, 43.
Yeah, that's all right, dude. That's an excellent. Go ahead. Go ahead, George.
Okay. Throwing 79.
79. That's a nice one. Remarkable. Tank?
All right. 72.
72, which is once again remarkable. All right, we're coming into number 6 here. DeWolf, go ahead.
90, come on. What is this?
I don't know.
12.
What is it? Huh?
12.
12. That's typical. All right.
Somebody rolled Billy Batson.
Someone did. George. George.
I rolled the dice, and 73.
73. Excellent. That is a remarkable, sir.
I'm a sidekick already.
Yeah.
Plucky comic relief.
Tank.
57.
All right. That is a excellent. Write down word excellent.
All right.
And our last roll. Go ahead, DeWolf.
Double lot. Oh, wait. Oh, 43.
A double odd. You didn't get it. Oh, that would have been nice if you got a double odd. What do you say?
I know.
43?
43.
That's excellent. George, your last roll.
The last roll is 22.
All right. That is a good. And Tank?
All right. 13.
That is
the great equalizer.
Typical. The great
All right.
equalizer. Yeah, typical. Now, before I get into Bill and Denali real quick, I want to set our page up a little bit. Now, you guys should all have 7 statistics there, right? 7. All right.
Yeah.
Correct.
And what you want to do is I want everybody to, on their character sheet here, I want you to write down these words in order, okay, from top to bottom. All right. Write down the word fighting. All right. Underneath that, you want to write the word agility. Okay. And then under that, I want you to write the word strength. Okay. Endurance is underneath that. Then I want you to write the word reason.
There's no reasons. Which is raisins you're talking about?
And then underneath that, I want you to write the word intuition. And then lastly, I want you to write the word psych.
Psych out.
Okay. Now, you all have that written down on your page. And I'm going to go over here to Bill and Denali and work up their 7 stats real quick. But what I need you to start, we're going to get to powers later, so you have to wait. But I want you to start thinking about where you put them. So let me go through it real quick. Fighting represents, well, fighting, right? Agility is your agility. Strength is your strength. Endurance is your endurance. It's all very self-explanatory. Reason is your intelligence. Intuition is your wisdom. And psych is your mental ability, your willpower, those kind of things. So just start thinking of where those statistics might go, all right? Because those numbers I gave you in this game, like I said, they're words. They're not numbers. even though there is a number behind it, which I'll get into that a little bit later. But these words represent column shifts and how we roll. This game's a little bit different than any of you guys who are pretty much a D&D or a D20 type people. And we'll get into that later. But it's kind of a cool concept. It's really interesting. And understand, this was written in this game was created in the 70s, guys. It actually has a lot of elements in it that are very reminiscent of the modern push in role playing going on right now. Nevertheless, you
Chester,
guys, yes.
Oh, sorry. I had a quick question for the GM. What's C again? For
What
face
is
rip?
what?
What's C? The letter C for face rip.
There is no C. It's a S.
Oh, it's just a S.
It's an
Oh,
S,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I have it written down here. I'm just derping.
Fast rip.
It's fast rip.
Yeah, face rip. Yeah.
It's a fast rip.
It's a fast
Yeah.
rip. Hi, okay. So you guys think about what you want to do with those statistics, and I'm going to take care of Bill and Denali at the same time. So Bill and Denali, I'm going to do you guys together. So just because I have two different columns for you. So both of you guys give me a roll and tell me what it is. We're going to
a 1d10 plus a 1d100.
Yes, this game is always percentile.
I got another 78.
Okay, so you got a 78, and you were column 4, right, Bill?
Yeah.
Okay, so 78, Bill. That is an incredible. All right, Denali, what was your roll?
91.
Amazing. Write down amazing, please. No, these don't go in there, Denali. You can put them there. You could change them later. It's okay. We're going to decide where these go, right? But for right now, just write down amazing. It's fine. All right.
Okay.
All right. You guys go ahead and write down the word amazing, Denali.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
so
what
go
I'm
ahead
doing.
and give me another roll, you guys.
Okay. Right.
90. No. Not 9, so 9. Okay. Never mind.
71.
Okay, so Bill, you said that was a 9?
Yeah.
Write down typical, please.
Right.
And Denali?
71.
Incredible. Okay.
The Incredibles.
Go ahead and roll again. We got to do this 7 times, right?
Okay. 85.
That is a incredible for you, Bill. Denali?
Typical. I got a 9.
You got a 9. That is typical. That's right.
Okay. Roll again.
79.
Once again, incredible. You got an incredible character going here, Bill. Denali?
53.
That is an excellent.
Okay.
86.
86, sweet. That's an incredible again.
56.
56 is an excellent again.
And I got to step one moment out, so I'll be right back.
Okay. Bill?
Okay. 31.
That is a good. And give me one more, Bill.
Last one. 68.
That is a remarkable. All right. All right, and we'll deal with Denali when he comes back here in a second. We'll come back over that. Now, we have weakness generation and stuff like that, but I'm going to save that to later because I would rather that be part of the character creation rather than something I do it later. Now, here is really where the great equalizer is going to come in. How many powers, talents, and contacts are you going to end up with? Now, this is interesting. We could have the sidekick that's being created over there by DeWolf end up with as many as 18 powers and be an absolute godsend. Or we could have the godlike character that is being built in Bill and a little bit in Denali have like 1 power, right? So this is a real super random aspect, but it also helps us to build a character. What I find is a lot of times people will get many powers, but we use those powers in interesting ways to nuance off of a single power, right? So we'll see how this goes. This is a really interesting process for this game. I really love it. But I'm just going to go down the row. Okay, you're back to another. Let's get that done real quick. How many words do you have down right now?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2 more rolls.
Okay, go ahead and roll them.
All right. 99.
Oh,
yes.
Jesus. Monstrous.
Oh, wow.
Denali, go buy a lotto ticket.
All right. And last roll.
Yeah.
97.
Monstrous. Okay, now this is a Thor base character coming on here already, and he's getting +3 to endurance. So I'm assuming that one of those monsters is going to go in that. So we're looking at unearthly
Yeah.
shift X shift Y. We have oh geez. Okay, this is kind of pushing
Well,
between.
he's energy based, so
And
he's like
energy based. Yeah.
he's Monica Rambeau.
In a way, yeah. But your
The Silver
character
Surfer.
is kind of the Thor seat, is what you're looking at, Denali. A very, very
Okay.
powerful being. All right. Anyway,
It's
let's get
Denali
into
Rad.
it. What'd you say?
I said it's Denali Rad from Zenlaw.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. All right, guys. Now we're gonna roll 3 times here, same dice, percentage dice. But I'm gonna give you a total. So what I need you to do is write down on your sheets. I need you to write down just next to each other the words power, talent, and contact. Powers, talents, contacts. Write those right next to each other. I'm going to give you a number with your die roll, and we're going to use that to generate your character. Okay. So let's go ahead and start over here with Bill. We're going to do powers first, Bill, and then we'll do talents and contacts. So I'm going to need 3 rolls in a row, but one at a time, please. So go ahead and give me that number, first number.
First number is 72.
72. All right, very good. So I want you to write down the number 6 under power.
Okay.
Okay. Then give me a talent roll, please.
13.
13. All right. So that is really, really sucky. That's 1. Right.
Cool.
Well, no, this helps
Yeah.
inform though, right? Because he only has a single talent. He's not a super talented person. Does that mean he's lived a long life and not done much, and all of a sudden got power, or is he just very young? It helps you to make the character. And then one more, Bill.
Okay. And that is a 52.
All right, so that gives you 2 contacts. And remember, any of you guys who has a breed gets to add +1 to the contact, right?
And then I had a +1 contact on Cyborg, so I'll bring that up to 3.
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
Very cool. So easy enough. Let's just go right down the line. DeWolf, go ahead and give me your first of 3 rolls.
Bam! 42.
Nice. That is 4.
All right.
Talents.
That's still not that great. Come on. 31.
All right. That is 1.
Mm-hmm.
And contacts.
Let's see. Yep, 25. No one likes me.
No one likes you. You have 0 contacts.
You're Quasar.
Yeah, he's
Oh my lord.
Oh, oh,
That was mean. That was mean. Now, keep in mind later, as we make decisions, you can use lower resources to gain more of these abilities. You can also take a power and sacrifice a single power to get 2 talent points. So we'll get into that later, but we can adjust this up to a certain point. All right, let's move down the road there to Denali. Give me your first of 3 rolls, please.
43.
43. Very nice. So this gives you 4 powers.
Okay.
All right.
Nice. Okay. I am 38.
38. All right. Under talents, that gives you 1. This is not a talented group we got going on here so far. And then one more, Denali.
44.
44. That gives you 2 contacts. All right.
Nice.
George, your first of 3, please.
73.
6 under powers, and then give me your next one for talents.
Talent is 9.
9. All right. That is 0. You have no talents whatsoever, sir. And then contacts.
Contacts. 32.
32. You have 1 contact. Now, keep in mind, George, even though you have 0 talents, you do have 6 powers, which you might not need all of those. So you could sacrifice those to pick up some talents, right? But
okay.
We'll get into that later. Let's move down to our last competitor today, Tank.
All right. We have a 98. Ooh.
98. Whoa. That's a 12, sir.
All right.
Yeah, now, of course, that means in the end, what he's going to have is a very complicated character, is what it's going to really mean. Talents,
Right.
go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Let's do that again. Or, ought to.
0 talents. So we have a very
Good
talentless
for
group
you.
here. All right.
Well,
I feel better.
But we're
let's see where
consistent.
some of those PowerPoints are going to be going.
Yep.
All right. Let's go. For the last, we get a 57.
57. All right, that's not bad. You have a total of 2 contacts already. And understand that when we go into picking talents and stuff, some talents actually give you contacts as well. Right, so in the end, who knows what these numbers will really look like, right, guys? And you can see the randomness of this, but it also, we can already imagine what's going to happen. We have Denali, which has got ridiculous statistics, right? But let's see what the powers work on the back end, right? So it's going to be interesting to see how this all develops. Now, what we're going to do now is we're going to choose categories. All right, for those powers that you have. So some of these, so there's a bunch of rolling going here. I do apologize to the chat, but we need to get through this. And once we get through this, we'll actually get into the creation process, which is more fun. Normally at a table, this would be all going much quicker, but we're not at a table. So what I'm going to do is everyone's going to roll. You're going to give me your number, and we're going to keep rolling your categories until you have all of your numbers filled, which means Tank will be by himself for quite a while. So everybody, go ahead and roll the dice once and tell me the number, and I will give you a category word for your powers. We're doing powers here.
Okay.
93.
93. That is just put down an S. It's self-alteration. Just write down the letter S, and we'll come back to that later. But it's self-alteration. Next.
I am.
Oh no, I'm
82.
sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize. It's 93, not a 92. Sorry. Get rid of that, Bill. That's travel. Ooh, we might have a flyer on our hands. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Denali.
I got 82.
82. That is physical.
Okay.
All right. DeWolf.
68.
All right. That is mental. George.
31.
All right. That is interestingly, falls under the illusionary category.
Illusionary category.
That's interesting. Okay. Go ahead, Tank.
All right. I got a 17.
That falls under energy emission, or EE. Now, keep in mind, as we get these powers, you're going to start looking at it, and you're going to say, well, those things don't work together. Well, many powers actually have things that you can take as bonus powers. So we can burn another power to add a layer onto a power, like say fire. If you have fire emission, you could burn some other odd power you have that doesn't fit with the character you have in your mind, and just take fire control as well, or flight, or something like that. So a lot of these things are going to be burned away, and during the process, we're going to come to some organized thing, right? All right, we got to keep doing this, guys. So just keep throwing numbers out at me, and I'll keep going until we're done. So just keep going. We'll go from Bill, DeWolf, Denali, George, Tank. We'll keep doing it over and over. So go ahead, Bill.
Okay. Throw. Here we go. 23.
All right, that is energy emission. DeWolf.
90.
That is self-alteration.
36.
That is your choice.
My choice?
Yeah, we'll deal with that later. Just write down my choice. Go ahead,
Okay.
George.
Oh, my Lord, really?
Yeah, I know, dude. It is what it is.
98.
98. That is travel, George. Go ahead, Tank.
All right.
Singing Denali.
97.
Duplicate
97
himself.
travel. 97 is
All
travel.
right.
All right, now just keep going, guys, until you don't have any more power numbers. I know the number of powers you have is all over the place here, but just keep going until you're done, right? So
Okay.
75?
Well, hold on
76.
a second. I'm going to Bill down the row. What did you have, Bill?
76.
76. That is physical. DeWolf?
Okay.
96.
Travel.
76. Or 75, sorry.
Physical.
Okay.
21.
21 is energy emission. Tank.
All right. 46.
46 is matter control. Interesting.
All right.
Go ahead, Bill.
47.
47 matter control.
20.
You're jumping ahead of DeWolf, but okay. Energy
Oh,
emission.
sorry. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Energy emission. I mean, you're really right.
Well, he'll be able to do multiple energies, which is already scary.
I'm just saying. Yeah.
Go
All right.
ahead.
9 or
Ought 9, that is detection. One of my favorite categories, actually. George?
86.
86, your choice. Tank?
All right. I got a 94.
Travel. A lot of traveling going on here, guys. But of course, keep in mind, some of these powers cost more than one. Something like teleportation, for instance, costs 2 powers. So you would take, if you have a travel, you have access to teleportation, but you would have to burn another one to get it, right? So some of these powers even have 3 that they need. So we'll see how this all goes, right? It's going to work out. Back to you, Bill. Are you done with the amount of powers you have, or do you still have more?
No, I've got 2 more. I rolled a 96.
Travel. Wow. Go ahead, DeWolf.
64.
64 is a mental. We're seeing something developing over there, I think. Denali?
That's it. I can only roll 4 for 4 powers, right?
Nope. That dude, you are a god. Okay. George?
8. Sorry, 8.
An 8. All right, George. That is detection. All right. And Tank?
All right. 76.
This is physical. Go ahead, Bill.
Okay, this is my last one.
All right.
Is 52.
52 is matter conversion. Interesting. DeWolf, do you have any more left?
Nope.
Okay. Denelli has no more left. So, George, you have any left?
Yes, I have 1 left, and my roll is 1.
That is defense. Nice. Very
nice.
Oh.
And then the rest is tank. Go ahead, tank.
All right, on 2. Let's get this rolling. On 2.
02?
Yes, sir.
Defense.
Defense.
And you got 6 more, I believe, right?
Yep. All right. We've got 8.
Detection.
Detect. And then we've got 72.
72. Mental.
All right. And we've got 39.
That is your choice, sir.
All right. Free space. All right. Then we have. Sorry. 98.
Travel.
Travel. I'm a wanderer. I'm a wanderer. All right. 2 left. All right. Let's do this. And we get 67.
That is mental. And 1 more.
Mental. One last one. And for the top, we have 81.
81. That is physical. All right.
All right.
Now we get into the nitty gritty of it, guys. All right. And we're going to start trying to mold this chaos into something interesting. All right. So what I'm going to do, just so we have a good understanding of what we're looking at and how we can move forward, I'm going to go to each person and they're going to tell me what they got written on the page so far. And actually, we're going to show it. So let's come over here and start with Bill. Now, Bill, I got your white box. So we're looking at you're a cyborg. You have some pretty solid stats. Within several Incredibles and etc. So let me deal with the stats a little bit and try to give you guys an understanding of how they work. All right. Now, as I said before, typical is talking about a typical human. All right. Now, most humans, of course, no one here is a human, right? But a normal, average human is not going to really get over, depending on the statistic, isn't really going to get over amazing in anything. But let's take strength for instance, because Bill here has an incredible number he put in there for now, and of course he can adjust this later if he'd like. But an incredible strength means he can lift about 10 tons. To give you a comparison, Spider-Man is the same strength. Okay.
Okay.
Let's look at his fighting incredible. Well, he's about Wolverine level. But if you want to talk about a true master of combat, you're looking at like Captain America's like an amazing, right? His
Right.
agility is typical, which means he's a normal human agility. So what I'm seeing here is kind of so far, because he's got incredible strength and incredible endurance, which means he moves at the full natural speed unless he takes an actual speed travel. And he can go pretty much as long as he wants without being tired. He's not god level endurance, but it is pretty impressive. Makes sense though. He's a cyborg, right? But what I'm seeing here so far is a very bulky, heavy-bodied cyborg. His agility is very normal, but his fighting and other stats are very, 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 very powerful. With this underneath his reason, I can't see it. He has an incredible there, which means he has a computer mind. He's ridiculously intelligent. We're talking like Tony Stark level. It's not Reed Richards, of course, but it's like Tony Stark level. I can't see you just taking away all.
There
my
we
stuff.
go.
All right.
I was making it bigger.
That's easier. Intuition and good, which means he's a little more aware than the average person, but nothing special. And his remarkable psych means he's very tough. Now, of course, we got to keep in mind that he has a -1 to his intuition, so that intuition is actually going to go down to a typical if he keeps that number there. So we'll see. His powers, he got a couple travels, he's got an energy emission, he's got a physical matter control, matter conversion. I have a feeling those matter ones will probably burned out to be to add on to something else to be more cyborg-like. But that's pretty cool, right? We can already see a picture forming with this character. All right, let me move over here to DeWolf and see what he's got up. DeWolf, can you bring your character sheet more to the fore, please? I'm actually you're sharing.
I can.
Of the actual YouTube page.
I was looking at the chat.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, just bring it back over so we can see. There we go. All right, excellent. Now he's already got a name. Sweet. He's a mutant. His fighting that he's kind of laid out so far, and we'll see. This could get adjusted, by the way, guys. His fighting is excellent, which is kind of like it's about like a military level. His agility is near Olympic level. It's very impressive. His strength is above average. He's a stocky, strong guy. I would say I'm probably pushing a good strength, my own personal self, to get. Well, you guys don't really know what I look like, I suppose. But he's a strong fella. Endurance. This is human peak. So he's in the absolute perfect condition for a human. But keep in mind, he is going to get a +1 to that number, right?
I already did that.
Oh, you already did that. Okay. He's a normal intelligence. He's not dumb. He's not smart. He's just normal 100 IQ, right? His intuition is pretty good, meaning he has training, and he has good psych as well. It means he's going to be he has an awareness and a willpower to himself. And if we look at his abilities, he's got a bunch of mental stuff going on here, and he also has self-alteration, which might be a shape-shifting of some kind. Yeah, it's an interesting looking character already. Let's come down.
I may want to drop the excellent intuition down over into psyche, considering I have two mentals in there.
I think you will, and we're going to adjust things here anyway, guys, because you'll see what I'm doing here in a minute. All right, so let's come over to Denali. Go ahead and share, Denali, so we can see your sheet. Yeah.
Okay. Share. I'm trying to go back and forth for the categories.
Well, the dice rolling is basically done, so we're coming into full mental exercises here. All right, so what we have here is bring the page up so I can see the top, please. All right, that's fine. So we have an elemental, a plasma being. All right, and this plasma being is got. Incredible fighting, amazing agility. He can nearly dodge lasers, by the way, guys. His strength is monstrous, which means he's above Thor. All right? Or no, he's not above Thor, but he's near Thor's strength. His endurance is also monstrous, which is ridiculous. He has a normal intelligence. He's got an excellent intuition and psych. That's pretty good. He's got his choice, a physical and energy mission. So This is going to be a solid body plasma being, which is interesting, right? We're going to have to find a way to make that work, and it's going to be an interesting character, I think. All right, let's move down here to George. Now George has
Chester,
George.
can we do one more roll because I'm for powers?
What happened?
Sorry, I did 6 instead of 7. It should have been sorry, should have been 6.
Oh, no problem.
Wait a minute. Oh, that's right. Oh, geez, I'm confused. Go ahead. Everything's fine. Continue.
Okay. Now what we see here is his origin is a breed. He's a legacy character. With his family has power. Now this can be many things, right? Let's say if we take a look at a type of breed character, for instance, if we take the little son of Reed and Sue Richards, he is a breed, right? Whereas other characters like Inhumans in a way are a breed. So just to give you an idea. But if we look at his statistics that he's just kind of thrown up here for random right now, he's not a bad fighter, but he's kind of street level brawler, right? I would say good is probably kind of like the typical bouncer or something like that. Whereas excellent would be more into the trained military, right? Remarkable agility. So this dude is near Olympic level. It's a very impressive mover. The strength is normal human. The endurance is at peak condition. His reasoning is he's very clever. This is Spider-Man level, right? So he's a very smart guy, very solid intelligence. His intuition is very high. This is like Batman level, right? And his psych is better than average. So he knows who he is, and he has a sense of self, and he has some willpower. And of course, his powers are very eclectic over here. So we're going to have this is going to probably be one of the more difficult ones to work out. How we're going to do that. We're going to get that. And let's come over here last to Tank. Now Tank actually has a sheet up. That's kind of cool, Tank. So let me see here, Tank. You are a his real name is Kirby Crackle, as it should be. Now here's another breed. All right. He's got his fighting incredible. Like I said, his Wolverine, his agility is Olympic level, right? He can move a ton around with his strength. His endurance would be incredible in this situation because remarkable +1. So he could pretty much sprint all day if he really wanted to. His reason is above average, and his intuition is a +1, so a good is above average, and he has a real strong willpower. All right. Now we're looking at his powers, which I don't see them. They must be lower on the page.
Hold on. Let me scroll down. Sorry, I got to bookkeeping. Here we go. Powers.
I still don't see them.
Oh, don't see them?
Yeah, you got.
I got them highlighted right now.
Yeah, maybe there's just a big delay on your page or something.
Might be.
It
seems to be a delay.
Oh, here we go.
There we go.
All right, so, woof, look at that.
Travel times 3.
This is much more of an eternal type of breed, right? This is an eternal character that's coming together here. Because if you take a breed like, say, a second generation mutant, like one of the children of Cyclops and Jean Grey, they would be breed characters. They're second generation. But this is more of an eternal I'm looking at here. And it's going to be a powerful one too. So we'll have to get into that. Now, here's what we need to do. I'm going to go category to category, and I'm going to give you some options. Now, this is where you guys need to start using your imagination and start looking at what you have for a character and start understanding the character and start constructing something. Now, as we go along, understand that any of these powers can be burned in one of 3 ways. All right? So you can burn a power to gain 2 talents. That's one. Right? The second one, you can burn a talent to get a bonus in any stat, a +1 column shift. All right. So if you want say you have a fighting of excellent, but you want to have a fighting of remarkable, you can burn a power and add that +1 to it. All right. That's the second. And the third, you can burn a power to add on to another power to give it extension. Like I mentioned with a fire emission, you can cast fire. Well, if you burn a power and add on to it, well, now you can control fire as well. You burn another one, well, now you can fly. You burn another one, now you can create constructs, etc. All right. So this is how we take all these odd rolled powers and we start condensing them into something. All right. So you really need to think about what am I, what are you going to do? What kind of character are you going to create here? So I'm just going to go through these categories and give you an idea of what's in them, and you get to choose this. There's no more rolling here. This is now we come into choice. All right. So I'm going to start at defensive, and in the defensive category, you have things like force field, anything from, say, the Invisible Woman to a very specific force field. Now, keep in mind that the Invisible Woman, her force field has, there's been several powers burned to make that what it is, right? I'm just talking about just the force field, not her projection or her other things she can do, right? But just the force field. Then you have force fields which are specific to a certain thing, and you imagine whatever you want. It could be energy, physical, magic, emotion, power manipulation, vampirism, whatever. And your this force field is very specific to that, and it's much stronger than a general force field. Okay. We also have reflection, which is kind of a weird power. And to be honest with you, if you're in a group of people, it's probably not the best one to pick because you're going to end up hurting your party members a lot. And then we have just the straight resists. All right. Which are the same thing as force field, but instead of it being a force field, it's just simply your body resisted. It's no different, all right? But there is another ability that comes into play here, and this is called oh, goodness gracious, my brain just left me. I have to look it up on the other side. Hold on a second. I have another book I have to go into. All right, here we go. It's, what is it called? Oh, here we go. Invulnerability. Now, invulnerability is, and this is only counts if you have a defensive power. If you have a defense category, you can choose this. Now, invulnerability starts out as a two-cost power. So it would take two of your powers to take this if you have a defense category. But it makes you invulnerable to a single thing. And what that means is, say you take fire. All right, I'm invulnerable to fire. Well, that means you have a class 1000 resistance to it, which is more than godlike. It's cosmic in ability. But if you have a defensive, you can take that. It's just very expensive, right? And you can add for another power. You can add other resistances. All right. But anyway, that is the defensive category. All right. Let me move into detection. Well, this one's pretty self-explanatory. It's any kind of detection you can think of: thermal vision, penetrating, X-ray vision, telescopic vision, UV vision, tracking, whatever. Okay. We didn't have anyone actually roll energy control. We did have people roll energy emission. And keep in mind, you can burn a power to get energy control. So I'm sure we'll end up with that. And basically, energy emission and energy control simply is the difference between you can generate and expel an energy from your body, and control is you can control it when it's out. Like think fire, fire. What is it called? The Human Torch. And he can shape things. That's what control would be. And of course, it's any element you'd like. All right. Fighting, I don't think anybody had that. Illusion. Illusion is a tricky one, George. I'm not sure if you want to delve into that. You might want to burn that illusion out for something else. But if you want to go the illusion route, I'll work with you. No one had life form. No one had that. No. Okay, matter control. Control is. It's a little weird. You can do things like you can crystallize things. You can make things smaller or bigger. You can disrupt things. You can like geoforce, matter animation, machine animation, zombie animation, weather control. Right, things like this that come under matter. But keep in mind, those really cool sounding ones I just went through are expensive. But it is an option. I also remember someone got a matter conversion, and this is exactly what you think. It's converting one thing into another, and once again, they are expensive. But if you want to have a molecule man type character, and you have a lot of powers, and you have the matter conversion category, you can dump them all into there and create some pretty wacky character. Mental. And if you guys have any questions, I'm just kind of trying to get through it quickly here. But if you have a question, just interrupt me, okay? Mental is exactly what you think. Telekinesis, telepathy, clairvoyance, communications with anything, danger sense. hyper intelligence, which of course you can already burn a power to get a +1 on something anyway. Mind blast, mental invisibility, mental probes, etc. Total memory. That's a really cool one. Physical is exactly what you think it is. Armored skin, body resistance, hyper speed, regeneration, which costs 2 powers, by the way. Self revival, self sustenance, stealth, water breathing, and water freedom, which are the dumbest powers ever. Next, we come into self alteration, and it's once again what you think, but they broke it down into little categories like age shifting, alter ego, atomical separation. Maybe your arm can come off and go do something by itself. You have mimicry, body transformation, energy sheath, evolution, growth, shrinking, mass increase, mass decrease, phasing, of course. Physical gestos, prehensile hair. Interesting.
How many slots is alter ego?
Alter ego is just one. And all that, and the only thing alter ego does is you just roll up a stat under the human category, and you have a normal human, and then when you transform, you become your powered self. It doesn't do
I
anything,
know.
and it gives you pluses to resources as well. Okay.
Yeah.
And then travel is exactly that. Just keep in mind things like teleportation are separated into teleport self and teleport other. So in order to have teleport everything, it costs 4 powers. Gateway, which can go can be transdimensional as well, is like 2 powers right off the bat. Time travel is, forget it. It's expensive.
What about super speed?
Super speed would fall under a physical category.
Okay.
Or travel.
Sorry,
you could
I
have
dropped my
hyper
internet.
running too. So it's either travel or physical will allow you to have super speed. Anyway, I've kind of given you a general understanding. Now what I need you guys to do is just start asking me questions, and let's start working this out. All right?
Well, on matter control, matter conversion,
Yep.
is that like Earth, or is that just any kind of, you just pick a type of matter? Sorry, my internet dropped, so I missed some of the explanations. But
No problem. Yeah,
or
matter
is that-
control is controlling matter. Yeah. Although they do kind of throw weather control in there for some odd reason. But yeah, it's basically controlling things. You could take geoforce, which would be, controlling the vibrations, earthquakes, gravity, things like that. Matter animation.
would like a techno-organic, kind of like Cable Cyborg Warlock
Well,
thing?
of
Would that
course,
be?
we have to work within what you are. So you're a cyborg. So of course this is going to be technologically based. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So that seems interesting.
It could be. It could be. Yeah. And conversion is simply converting one thing to another, right? It's very, very straightforward, but it's expensive, unfortunately.
Okay. That might be a burn for talent.
It might be, yeah.
Yeah.
So anybody have any questions they need to ask me? I'm sure you do. We need to start banging this out. So who wants to go first?
What does my choice mean?
My choice means you could choose anything in the book you want. And that's why you heard Tank and Dwarf going, oh my God, when Denali got it, because they pretty much know exactly what he's going to end up picking, as do I. But yeah, basically what that means, George, any power you could possibly think of, you can have.
Alrighty.
So?
Oh, you're right. I'll take.
Well, let's think about the powers you have, George. So far, let me come over here and since I guess we're starting with George, so might as well. Let's take a look at your powers again. Where are they, George? I don't see them. Oh, here they are.
Yeah, right here.
Illusionary, travel, energy mission, my choice, detection, and defense. All right. So, and we're playing a breed mutant here. It has pretty solid statistics. Nothing spectacular, but kind of like an average mutant type of character here.
I'll take super speed.
Oh, well, hold on a second. Tell me, what do you have in mind for this character? You're looking at the information you have in front of you. Tell us what this character looks like. What does this character do? Not motivation. That's later.
He's like a shyster, a weasel. He gets in and out of situations as quickly as possible.
Okay.
So he's like a thief who sneaks in and gets out real fast.
Okay. So hyperspeed would be very useful to you. All right, go ahead and write down under travel hyperspeed. I got you. Write that down. Yep, right there. Or hyper running. You could, or super running, or speed running, whatever you want. You can call it whatever you like. All right.
Okay.
Now, underneath of that, underneath of hyperspeed, we're going to have to do a separate roll later. But you could burn one of your powers to do a +1, because remember that burning up a power to go +1 could be either statistical or power based, right? So you might want to save one to burn to make sure that you're really, really fast, right? And keep in mind when we get into that, George, hyperspeed actually adds bonuses to stats as well. So some of these powers actually will bump things up, and we'll get through that. Now, energy emission. Now, George, this is the ability to emit an energy. Now, do you want this to be a natural part of the character, or would you like this to be a technology? Now, the good thing about being a technology is when we come to rolling up the power rank for the character, you get to add +1 because, of course, a technology can be taken from you, whereas a power.
No, I rather have it as a natural part of the character.
So, what kind of energy would you like to emit?
Well, I was thinking, since he's trying to get out of sticky situations, that he would pass gas.
Pass gas? Okay, we're going comedy here. All right. Well, that's not energy, George.
Well, it's an energy emission. Oh, I see.
That would be matter. That would be matter control.
Yes, it would be
and
matter control.
Matter conversion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want the gas character.
If you were to give me an example of an energy emission, please.
Cold, heat, electric, hard radiation, kinetic, light,
shadows. Would shadows be energy emission?
Yeah,
Is that
absolutely.
dark force?
Shadow casting is absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, and then the energy emission for this character would be light.
All right. So write down light, just next to energy emission, write down the word light.
Okay.
Let's come down to your detection. The detection and defenses are very straightforward. Once again, let's go to defense first. Would you like your character to have some kind of tech armor, or do you want to have the defense built into the character's body?
Built in.
Okay. So would you like to have like a general body resistance, or you want to have want the character to be very focused in what they can resist?
Focused.
Okay, what would you like to focus against? Some of the options are things like emotion, energy, magic, mental, physical, power manipulation, and vampirism.
I would like it to be. Oh, okay. Well, can you give me that list again? Because I did pick.
Sure. Emotion, energy, magic, mental, physical,
emotion,
power, emotion. All right, so write down emotion. Sweet. And then under your detections, once again, is this going to be power based or tech based?
Power based.
Okay. So pretty much any kind of detection you can imagine, things like telescopic vision, thermal vision, microscopic vision, X-ray vision, power detection, circular vision, etc.
Vision. What options are under vision?
I just gave them all, dude.
Oh, sorry. Okay. X-ray vision.
Okay, write down X-ray vision, or penetrating vision would be more accurate, but X-rays fine. All right, and then my choice. We need to think about this. So we got a hyperspeed, we got a hyper runner, a breed character, so save that my choice. Save that. And we'll make a decision on that later when we roll up powers, because that right there might help you. That might help you filter into something. But anyway,
under illusionary, I don't put anything there.
I would save that too. Let's come back to that. For right now, we have an idea what we got, right? We got a hyperspeed guy who can cast light. So we're kind of assuming that his hyperspeedness is coming from the light generation. We can see we were starting to put things together, right, George? His
Yep.
X-ray vision makes sense. He's light-based, so he can shed things into light spectrum and see through things. In a comic book explanation, the emotional resistance for versus emotion is kind of interesting why you chose that, but it doesn't matter. It'll certainly play into it.
Well, I chose emotion because a lot of the characters in story always make choices under feelings, and they're always usually bad. So he's a very logical person. So his defense is emotion, which means it's higher on logic.
All right, all right. So he is robotic in his interactions. That's cool. Awesome. All right, let me come down here. I'll just go down the row. Let me go over to the Tank. Now, Tank, you got a pretty good grasp on this system anyway, I think already. But wow,
Yeah, I haven't played this since I was a teenager, but man, this is memory lane, dude.
You are daunting. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to give you more time to think about what you want to do, dude. That's scary. Bill. All right, Bill, you're a lot easier. Bill, you're a cyborg, and you're a big, bulky one, right? So you need to think about what you want to do with your powers here. You have an emission, you have a physical. So let's go to physical first, because this makes very much sense for your cyborg. Are you with me, Bill? Bill? Bill's not with us, guys. We've lost the Bill.
Bueller.
All right.
Eaten by wildebeests.
Bye. I'll come over to.
Oh no,
I'll
Bill.
come back to him. DeWolf, go ahead and share your screen, dude.
Yeah, hold on. I'm someplace else. So I actually went to my Ultimate Powers book.
Yeah.
And I was looking at that to sharing my screen. Bloop. And no, why did you go away? Come back.
I don't know why. Now this does help, guys, because DeWolf knows this game, right? So maybe.
So I've got a lot of.
Go ahead.
I've got a lot of mental.
You do.
Sharing now.
It
Good.
is.
So this is what I'm looking at here, right? And I just wanted to. My first idea was I just wanted to be fuzzy. Right, because I was going with the Wolfman concept, but so what I got here is a mental detection. Now, detection also had this great thing in the list I was just looking at called 360 vision, right?
Circular vision, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so I can see everywhere, around him, and
which gives
of course
you
that's pretty
bonuses
handy.
to being surprised and stuff. Yeah.
Right. And so then mental also has things like telepathy, right? So being able to talk to my mind to someone else's, right? So is that two columns or not, or one power?
Telepathy is you get this is one that has bonus powers. Okay, so if you take telepathy just by itself, then telepathy would allow you to communicate between yourself and other people and understand the distances are quite tremendous depending on your power rank. But it also has many options for bonus powers. Like, so if you take telepathy, you can attach your mental probe to that. Right. You can also have telekinesis. You can have mental invisibility, etc., etc. Telepathy basically opens up the whole psionic power base to you. So clairvoyance as well. So what you got up there right now makes perfect sense. You just have to account for those. So right now in the mental, you're sitting at 3 powers. So it'd be your 2 mentals, and you just have to burn one of the other ones, right?
Right. So this is what I wanted, because this character is not super strong, super this, super that, or anything else. And sidekick really sounded good. What I'd like to do is I would like to be the communication system of the group.
Okay. That's awesome.
So I want to be able to telepathically connect my brain to another character, and then also everybody. Another character.
You can
to everybody.
Your telepathy can be to everybody, dude. At the same
okay,
time.
And that counts as 1 power?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna grab those. I'm gonna move them down here then. Boop. Yeah. So my telepathy, yeah. So I'm going to telekinetically, yeah, connect to one person to the next person, and I'm now the comm system, and everything's going to route through me.
Okay.
So that we don't have to worry about that.
Now you took
Right.
clairvoyance. Do you want to take clairaudience as well?
Now clairvoyance lets me see someplace else, so I
At
can be able. I
incredible
can
distances. Yes.
incredible distances, and then with telepathy, I should be able to speak with them.
Yeah, oh yes, absolutely. It works exactly like that.
Which
Yeah. And
so
you could
now
also
I'll be able
mental
to.
probe them, by the way. Yeah.
Well, I've only got one other mental.
Yeah. Now, to be tricky, to play to loophole the rules, right? To power game the rules. You cannot take clairaudience, and you can use your telepathy connected to the clairvoyance, and therefore get into the mind of someone in there, and you can therefore hear through them what's going on in the room, right?
Oh, right. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah. Well, my idea is I'll be able to connect to any of the other heroes in the team and talk to them no matter how far away they are.
Yes, this is true. Yes, it's a good
With
combination.
clairvoyance
It's a good combination. Yeah.
and telepathy.
Yeah. And it
He's super
also
sidekick.
and it also helps too because when you come down into power, when we roll our powers up, the category, the level of powers, if you have a lower one
Oh yeah.
and you put it on the telepathy, so that distance is a little limited, but you put a stronger one into clairvoyance, it extends your telepathy, right? So it's a smart
Right.
play.
Right.
Gary Shipman is in here. He says, "Congrats on 200 shows." Well, thank you very much, sir. We're having a little bit of fun here, just creating superhero characters. So I know we're not interacting with the chat very much right now, but I hope you guys are enjoying this process. But thank you very much, Gary. So yeah, all right. So we have that. Now you took away mental probe. You don't want that. That's kind of like that allows you to glean information from people, right?
Well, it's another power though. It's another power category.
It is, but you could burn one of the other ones.
And then just rebuy it.
Well, no, you just
No, I really don't.
Yeah, you could just burn one of these other ones and replace mental probe with it.
Oh, well, I don't have another mental. See,
You don't need
another
it.
power.
You don't need it. Telepathy allows you to branch off with bonus powers. Just having
Oh,
telepathy gives you
because I'm already
access.
in their brain.
That's
Now I
right.
can go inside their brain
That's
and
right.
mess with them.
So, like for instance, I would
or something
suggest
of that nature.
either the detection or the self-alteration, burning it and putting mental probe next to telepathy.
Wow. Is there another one? Is there another one besides mental probe I can take instead of telepathy?
Telekinesis.
Yeah. Okay. So because I was going to take
invisibility.
travel and take flight and just call it, personal telekinesis because he's a mental guy at this point,
now,
right?
here's the thing. If you take telekinesis as connected to telepathy, flight becomes an option to that already. So you're good to
Right.
go.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, and I'm basically burning my travel for telekinesis.
Right, but then you can burn the self-alteration category for flight. No problem.
So, well, hold on. No, well, travel is the ability to move special, and flight is really all that I want. If I can take telekinesis off of telepathy,
you can.
Then that turns. I can, right?
Yeah. So
Is that
what
you
I
said?
would do is just next to travel, I would just write down flight. Just go ahead and write down flight.
No, why don't I take telekinesis instead?
Well, you are.
I can fly myself.
Well, actually, what you're going to write down is do this. Write down telekinesis, and then in parentheses write down flight. That's how it's going to work as far as the connection, the power connection, which is important in game, right? Because if someone has the power to shut down his mental abilities, well, that's going to affect everything, right? So we need things to be kind of chained together this way, right? Yeah. So just put flight in parentheses. All right.
Yeah. Well, but I swapped. I used telepathy to gain another mental, which is telekinesis.
Right.
And then
now you have to choose either self-alteration or detection to burn. You have to choose one.
No, I burnt.
No, you didn't. You need to burn one here, dude. Choose self-alteration or detection to burn.
No.
Which is okay. You don't need those things, dude.
No, then you missed what I was saying. Maybe you missed my question. So this one would still be travel/flight,
Yep.
and then that's just done.
That's right.
Okay. Detection. That's a. Is there a detection just like? I there's a lot of different detections in there,
There
like
are.
life forces, life energies.
To be honest, because you have mental telepathy already, I would burn
Yeah.
detection and put telekinesis in there because keep in mind, you're not much of a combat person right now. But if you have telekinesis, and depending on the power rank we get for that, you could be a combat terror, dude.
It does. It really does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
I would burn the detection. I don't think you need it because you already have telepathy and clairvoyance.
Yeah.
I would burn that completely and put in telekinesis and therefore make yourself
Yep.
capable. Yeah, there you go. And then of
Yep.
course by doing that, now your flight becomes part of the telekinetic power group, right?
And it's not even, but it's not connected to it, so it'll be a lot easier to do.
All right.
So I actually like alter ego. I kind of like the ability
Sure.
to possibly be absolutely normal, but there's other body transformation
There are
concepts
some
that
awesome
actually
ones.
come to
Yes.
mind.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's look at transforming his body into something else.
Okay. Well, the problem is, if you went for actual body transformation or shape shifting or anything like that, you would have to burn another power, and we don't have any more to burn. All right. So we have to go with the simpler things. So let me see here. You could get into say invisibility, right? And we
No
could,
way.
yeah, you could, and we could make that a mental invisibility. We could.
No, that's got to be double powers.
No, it's not. It's singular, right? We also have you can change yourself or or possibly just your face to look like anybody. You could be a mimic, right? You can increase your mass, which would give you resistance to damage, and it'd also make you a little bit stronger, but it would make you less agilic. You could.
Nope, he's going to be a mimic.
Okay, well there it is. So
If he can mimic, and he can look inside anyone's brain, he can know who they know and turn themselves into them.
So you want to take the changeling aspect or just the face changer? The changeling would let you become male, female, whatever. Whereas the face changer, literally, you're just manipulating the muscles in your face only. So you'd be stuck to whatever gender you are.
Oh no,
I would take the changeling.
I kind of thought, yeah.
Yeah, take the changeling. So write down under self-alteration, just write down human changeling. It's kind of cool. And it makes sense with your powers too. That's cool. All right. So here you go, guys.
I don't know. That's weird. That's freaking me out.
It is freaky, but you are a mutant.
Okay.
Keep that in mind, dude.
It doesn't fit within the whole rest of the character concept of how I was going to play him.
All right. Well, then you can burn it for something for a +1 and something if you like.
So go ahead and move on.
All right.
And I'm going to think over
Sure.
How I'm going to piece this together now.
Sure. Now, as you guys see right there, with that character, we just really took it and we fleshed it out. We really know where this character is going now. We have a very solid idea. And this is what this system allows. It allows you to adjust yourself as you go. It's not rigid. It's open and flexible. And it's one of the things I love about this. And then if we do play a couple of little games in the future here on Bugbear's Basement, just to demonstrate the game, you'll see that in combat, in gameplay, it is also extremely flexible as well. It's one of the reasons I love this system. But anyway, let me move down. So who wants to go next, guys? Who wants to? Let's see. I think DeWolf is done. We got George.
Well,
in good shape.
Another thing I went with was the fact that he's not uber powerful, but he becomes very vital in a team due to the fact that he can give comms and information about things and what's going on a campaign level.
And we have to see what you roll up for your power levels, right? You could get lucky and have a high-end power level, and one of these things could be ridiculous. Like if you get lucky and roll a high 90, you might have an amazing statistic, and you put that in like say telekinesis. Jeez, dude. I mean, you're like the Hulk. Well, a non-raged Hulk. But
Right. Yeah.
that's that's ridiculous. But we'll come back to that. So you and George are in pretty good shape. Let me come over here to Bill. Are you back, Bill? Are you talking to me, Bill?
Yeah, I'm back, bro.
Okay.
Sorry, high winds out here, knock out the internet
Oh, that's all
intermittently.
right.
So
Now,
I try to get some work done on the side. So,
cool.
no, go ahead.
No, no, no. Bill here is looking at the same book I'm looking at. So Bill knows what he's doing. So this will go much quicker. Now, Bill, you're looking at your powers here, and you're already starting to make some ideas of what you want to do. So how we want to work this out?
Okay, so essentially, he's a cyborg. He's going to be somewhat newly born, so it makes it easy on the backstory. But then, but he was has had a past life, was kidnapped by a classic Marvel mad scientist and turned into this cybernetic being. And so he has matter control, so he can animate
Well, no,
electronics.
hold on a second.
Or that's an idea.
Hold on a second. Bill.
Okay.
You have powers here, but many of these powers cost more than one power. So you can't. What you have right here does not fit in with the number 6 powers that you have. So we're going to have to make some decisions. All right,
Okay.
because matter animation does cost you 2. Mechanical creation does cost 2. The other things are fine. So you do have a bonus travel there that can be burned, but you're still sitting at -1 here. So you're sitting with 7 powers if you burn that travel. So you kind of got to make a decision.
Now, what if I specified like matter animation to just electronic matter? Is it still 2? Or mechanical matter?
No, it's 2. Matter control is extremely powerful, dude. So therefore, it's cost a lot. Yeah.
Okay. What if like so? This is one thing I was thinking is like, what if I took physical, and like for mechanical creation, he has to digest and eat other matter,
I see.
in order to create something.
You're putting weaknesses on it. Now, what that does in game is it gives you, these are good ideas. You should do that kind of thing. But what it does in game is it gives you +1s to things. It doesn't give you extra powers.
Okay. Okay. And then I have to think on this a little more. So for matter control, instead of scrolling through this whole thing, something would be a little bit more concise for him. I honestly, it looks like I might want to burn these and enhance something else, like we were talking about in the beginning.
I would burn the matter control and the matter conversion. I just don't think it suits your character, to be honest with you. And that gives you +3 because that other travel power isn't being used at all, and you can apply those +3s to things. Now you could go with a digestive adaptability, but in gameplay, it's kind of useless power.
Well, it was just going to go work in concert was the whole idea for that.
Yeah, I got that. Yeah.
And
that can give you bonuses, so that's clever thinking. But what I would do is I would go just with the body resistance, because it makes sense. You're a cyborg, right? And then giving yourself +3. What kind of energy emission would you think about doing? Is this going to be a side weapon, or is it going to be built into like an arm or something, or his eyes, or what have you?
Well, I'm really kind of looking for something more dimensional, like the wolf did, with a little bit more depth to it. Because the other character I'm rolling is just basically a tank, the one that we're playing on Fridays, but with healing, So I like to do something. Yeah.
Well,
so that's where it's like
you could
I could burn.
You could go, for instance, because you do have some bonus things here. You could go with Dark Force, which would cost you 2. And so you would take the energy emission plus one of the other ones and burn it, and take Dark Force, and then Dark Force you could burn the other 2 to give you extra abilities within Dark Force. You could also do the cosmic power, or the power cosmic. You could do that as well, so you could be some kind of like a cosmic based cyborg instead of just some military based one. You could go that route too.
Well, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And what if I dropped like my flight, energy emission, and travel, and went back into the idea of more of a techno-organic character with animation and creation, mechanical creation,
you can do anything you want. Right now, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have 8 powers sitting here. You only have 6 to spend, so you have to make some adjustments. If you really want to go with the matter animation, you can go with that. That's fine. But do keep in mind that with matter animation, you are limiting yourself to actual matter. So it isn't like if you went with say machine animation, that would be more
Mhm.
controlling machines. Matter animation is kind of like taking the asphalt and shaping it into a warrior and throwing it into combat. That's what matter
Okay.
animation would be. Machine
Okay.
animation is basically taking control of the car or taking control of the robot or what have you.
Yeah, yeah, that's more along the lines of be a machine animation
Okay.
than just a full on um, animate anything. So one with machine animation, would that still be worth two powers?
It does. So I would burn the matter conversion. You don't need that.
Okay.
Yeah, burn that. And then, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. So you have an extra travel power if you wanted to use that to burn into something else, or you could choose another travel power if you'd like.
Now I'll go with one travel power.
Okay.
And use that. Let's see. I've still got to work on an energy source. That's what I was thinking of.
Well, you work on that, and I'll come back to you because we got a good idea of what you're doing here. Your character is very capable in combat, a good fighter, and you can literally throw cars at people, things like that. All right, let me come
Sounds
over.
like a good start.
Yeah, it is a good start. Let me come over to Tank and this daunting thing I got to deal with over here. Tank.
Yeah. I have a concept.
Good. Let's get
All
into
right,
that.
I'm gonna go with this.
Bring
We're
it
gonna
back
go with the
down
space
so we
opera
can
ninja.
bring this back down so we can see your power list, dude.
All right. So for energy emission, I just chose like dark Kirby crackle with a violet glow.
That what it looks like is fine. Anything you want.
Yeah,
but,
I'll take just generic energy.
That's fine. I can't.
It'll take a minute.
Yeah. Okay.
There we go.
So you're taking dark Kirby crackle. So we need to classify that a little more though. You can have it anything as listed as whatever you want, but it needs to have a category. So would you like this to be you want it to be energy? So I'm assuming you want this to be something like a dark force manipulation.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we can make it part of that, like Dark Force. Yeah, that works. Sounds
So
fun.
just in parentheses or whatever, call it Dark Force. Now, unfortunately, this costs 2.
Okay. I can do that. We can go ahead and nix the matter control.
All right. So nix it.
Done.
All righty. So awesome. We got that going on there. And then let's move. What was your other concept? Go ahead and continue.
All right, so physical, like a basic enhanced leaping ability and maybe run faster for the 2 physicals.
All right, well, that's not physical, that's travel, but you got 3 of those. So
oh,
that's
okay.
easy to do. So you want to have leaping and hyper running, so no problem. Just go ahead and under those travel, we're going to take 2 of them, and they're both single powered, so you're good to go. So just write down hyper leaping and hyper running. Okay.
All right, I got my H leap and my H run.
Yep.
We're good to go. All right, then I will use the free space and the other travel to do teleport.
All right then. Now keep in mind, you need to make that costs 2. All right. But it also brings in a situation you have to make a decision. Do you want to have teleport self or teleport other? Now, if you burn 1 more, you can actually do both. So it's super expensive.
I thought about that, and just teleport self, little little shadow step Shimpo type deal like Legion,
right,
Naruto,
so just
whatever.
put self in the parentheses there.
All right. Okay, and
so
then
what else are we thinking? Can you do me a favor and on the left-hand side remove things so we know what has been used and what hasn't?
Yes, absolutely. Let me nix that.
So the travels are done; those are all done, and you
we're
got
gonna
rid
nix
of
the defense instead of the free space.
And you got rid of
that way.
Okay, all right. So now we have get rid of the energy mission too. That's done.
Oh yes. All right, so we got 2 physicals. What can I get with the physical?
Well, you could now you are playing a breed, right?
Yes, I am.
Now you could go with some kind of body resistance. You could go with something that's just your skin is just tough, or you could go with some kind of armored skin, meaning you have like chitinous plates or chitinous plates, or you have you can make it look whatever you want. You could go also with regeneration, which takes 2, so it's kind of perfect.
Okay. Let's come back to that detect. Can I get a rudimentary danger sense with 1 point?
You most certainly you could get yourself environmental awareness, which is pretty cool power actually.
All right. I will take that.
All right. And I see over here you guys are asking, yes, this is Marvel Superheroes role playing system. And Argos, Bill says he's going to draw his, which is cool. Chicken says, Sith says, oh, cool. Thanks, Denali. Chicken says, Sith says, I'm used to Aberrant. That is a great system, too. I love the Aberrant system. Yeah. Bill says, and we will RPG them another time. Yeah, yeah. We're just doing character creation here. All right. So what are we looking at here now? We got 2 physicals and
All
2
right.
mentals and a free space. I thought you used that one. Oh, that's
Mental.
right. You got over the other one. Yeah, go ahead.
Uh, yeah, I would like to use mental for some for base telepathy.
Okay.
All right, and let's see here, and then let's see here. We got a free space. We got the environmental awareness. Got the teleport self. I'm going to take a. Oh, what the heck? You know what? I'm going to take a free space and the other mental and use that to do teleport. Wait, I can just for 1 extra point, I can do the teleport others.
That's right.
As well
That's
as
right.
self.
That's right. Yeah.
So then I'll just take that extra mental and just turn it to teleport multi.
Yeah, just
right?
multi's fine or everything. Just teleport. But yeah.
Okay.
Cool. All right. So our
And
mentals are gone.
yep, let's nix those puppies. And we got a free space. Lowell, I'm thinking invulnerability to I don't know. I was thinking the vacuum of space. Would that be invulnerability to pressure change?
You can take invulnerability. Remember that costs 2, however, to
Yep.
do. And
Okay.
that you can take invulnerability, and that you would take it to physical. Would cover vacuum, and of course this is woof. That's going to make you untouchable physically, so people are going to have to come at you with energy.
Well, okay, so then let's do. Well, I could do just a light resistance, like physical vacuum. So that way, because he's a space traveler type dude, so be able to survive outside of an airlock for more than 15 seconds is optimum.
We do have a power specifically.
Oh, okay.
Let me
Oh,
see.
what is that?
This one would be you would take for that type of thing, lung adaptability, so you can breathe in any
Lung?
environment.
Ooh, and is that 1 or 2?
It's just 1. But yeah, you can
All right,
survive in
and then-
space, and your endurance is pretty high, so you're good to go in that way. And of course, if you take some kind of physical resistance to that, it's going to add to that. So that would do. So it just brings.
Well,
us
I want to
down-
nix those other 2.
For what?
I want to trade those in for talents.
Oh, really? Okay. We'll rock
Yeah.
on. There you go. We got our character.
So it's
what
2
is
for
your
1?
endurance offhand? Yeah, so give yourself 4. Yeah.
Okay.
So do me a favor and what is your endurance right now? Oh yeah.
Incredible.
Dude, you're no problem. You can just kind of dance in space.
Sweet.
Easy.
Sweet. Fits the concept.
It does. Woo! That was a scary. I was scared. 12 powers. Oof. But we worked it out, man. We worked it out. Okay.
Veteran
and,
player. Veteran player.
Veteran player. There you go. And I guess it really brings us to Denali. Denali, have we got you completely worked out yet?
No, we haven't done anything with me. I've just been
Goodness
listening
gracious,
patiently.
Denali, you're so quiet. That's the problem.
Yeah.
All right. Bring your sheet up and let's get you done because pretty much everybody else is pretty much done. So it's just you.
All right. Okay.
All right.
Here we
now,
go.
woof.
Now for Thor.
Now,
First, we have a +3 endurance.
We're going to do that at the very end. Let's do that at the very end because we don't know where we're going to go with the other stuff. All right.
All right. So I have a bonus of emission and control, so
you do,
I put it there.
And that is a bonus. Now, that's not a bonus. That is inherent. So that is yeah, you did correctly right there. Yeah, perfect. So let's and those things are based on your endurance, and I'm afraid. So we'll come back to that. So we need to understand these other things. Now, it's interesting because you're an energy-based character, but all your statistics and the powers you rolled means you're a solid energy. You're not a free-formed energy, which is interesting. So you're more like a lava man than just the pure plasma. So that's kind of cool. You got two physical choices here now, and you also have my choice. Now, when we get into the physical realm, you could do things like body resistance. You could do things like regeneration, self revival, which means you're immortal in a way. Um,
Hmm.
you could do true invulnerability, which is nasty, and it's expensive, but you have enough to do it. Um,
Yeah.
so what are you thinking? Let's deal with the physical first, and we'll get into the emissions later.
Okay. I'm thinking. Well, I'm plasma, so there's nothing going to kill me. So either I'm regenerating
Oh, dude,
quickly,
trust that I can kill you.
or or I'm doing or I'm doing self revival or true invulnerability, I guess.
Now, if you went with self revival, they both cost two. So, and you're fine. You
Yeah.
have two. If you went with
Yeah.
self revival, that means that you are in essence unkillable. You just keep coming back no matter what, which is a
Hmm.
cool concept. It doesn't do anything in gameplay and say combat, but for the character, it's interesting because you'll never die, right?
Right.
Oh
Whereas
my God, they killed Kenny.
they killed Kenny. But a
So,
true invulnerability, on the other hand,
mhm.
is would make you a true beast in combat.
All right. So I'll go with true invulnerability.
Okay, so just go ahead and burn that second physical there. All right, awesome.
Okay.
All right, now let's go deal with the energy emission. Now, your energy emission and control, both of those are plasma. So you could just put plasma next to energy emission, plasma, energy control, plasma. Just go ahead and put those down. Now, because it's plasma, plasma actually has other emissions that can be applied from it. No, not the first one. The energy emission and the energy emission. The number four you have here, we're going to deal with that right now.
All right.
Plasma, and then plasma below that. Yes. No, 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 no. Come down to the B. It says energy control. Put plasma.
So all of them plasma.
Yeah, no, the top one is not going to be plasma. It has to be, it's going to be something different. Just go ahead. Okay, now go up to the number four and get rid of plasma. Okay, now we need to make a decision. Now, associating with plasma, we have things like heat, and we have hard radiation. We even have like light emission can be applied. So choose one of, or even electrical. Choose another type of energy that you also can interact with.
Mm, electrical, I guess.
Okay, so go ahead and put electrical next to energy emission there. No, 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 no. Up top, number four. Number four.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there you go. Excellent. Electrical. Oof, goodness gracious. All right, now my choice. Let's be clever about this. All right,
Hmm.
you could choose anything in the book, right? You don't have enough powers to do any of the big bangers because you'd have to burn stuff. But we might want to be very clever about your electrical generation here. Let's try to play off of that. Now, if you can, you could do things like absorb energy, and you could take energy absorption, right? You could take things like electrical control, meaning you can make electrical slash plasma beasts, which would be devastating. Um, uh,
Ew.
what? Yeah, I know. What do you have? What do you think? What do we want to use that last my choice to thicken out this character even more? What are you thinking?
Mm, I think beams are good.
You already have that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So let's see. I guess we can go with energy control for this one.
Sure. So just put down energy emission and control next to in front of your electric. All right. And of course, those things are going to work in tandem with each other. Therefore, your constructs are going to be electrical and plasma based. Now, what does that matter? Well, it matters because in game, if I come in and I have a character who has plasma control, I can weaken your construct, but I can't destroy it because I also need to have electrical control to oppose you. So it makes your constructs incredibly powerful. Now, keep in mind your constructs could be cages. They could be because you're dealing with energy here. You can cheat. and you can create floating platforms so you could fly. You could
Hmm.
create swords. You could create whatever you want, right? And you can also blast electricity and plasma out of you at the same time. Now, all it's going to do is add a +1 to damage by combining those as far as raw
Hmm.
damage, but it also affects resistances because you might have a character who's resistant to electricity but is not resistant to plasma. So it makes you even more powerful. All right. So I can see your character already in my head completely. Let's come up here to your statistics and make sure they're in the right position here. Hmm. Yep. I'd say that's good. So go ahead and come down, and now, you got to take that +3 to your endurance, and you got to add it. So this is +3 column shift, so it goes to unearthly, Shift X, Shift Y. Woof. No, just get rid of all of it and write in the word Shift Y. And there you go. Shift.
Oh wow,
Yeah, I
yes.
know, dude. It's ridiculous. All right, now, guys, here we go. Let's go down the line, and we are going to start putting numbers next to the statistics, and we'll come back next week, and we'll do more fleshing out of all the powers, and maybe do like a little introduction combat to kind of show the characters off. But we need to do this real
So
quick.
so looking over the alteration things, there was one called Energy Sheath.
Yeah.
So I took that.
Okay.
So I'm using that telepathy, that mental power to create that energy, life preserving,
Oh, there you go.
and armoring cocoon. Yeah.
That's cool. It's kind of like when the human Johnny Storm puts that fire sheath around him. It's the same kind of thing. It just you're choosing telekinetic energy. But yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that sounds good, dude. All right, now this is what we
Yeah,
do.
he needs protection.
Yeah, he does. He does. Now this is what we're going to do, guys. We're going to start putting numbers next to these statistics. All right. So I'm just going to go through them, and you're going to put a number next to these words as I give them out. Okay.
All right.
Here we go. I'm just going to go through the typical good, excellent, etc., etc. I'm going to give their number value. So if you have, say, an excellent in fighting, well, you're going to put the number for excellent next to it. Okay. All right. So here we go. Typical is worth
What?
6. Now, I'll explain it as we go, Denali. If
Okay.
you have a typical, write the number 6 next to the word. Okay.
Okay.
If you have a good, write the number 10 next to it. Okay. If you have an excellent, write down the number 20 next to it. Okay. If you have a remarkable, write down the number 30 next to it. Incredible is equal to 40. Amazing is equal to 50. And monstrous is equal to 75. Now, Denali has a power that's well beyond that. Denali, your shift Y is equal to 200. Yes. Now, some of you watching might know this system. You're like, well, why are you starting them out at the mid range instead of the beginning range? Well, because I'm assuming they're
I know,
experienced
right?
characters. I'm not starting them as
Oh,
new
okay.
characters. They're experienced. That's why I did that. For those of you who know the system. All right. Now, this is what we need to do. On your sheet, next to your statistics, you need to write down the words health and karma. Okay. Health and karma. All right. Now, your health is a combination of the number value is a combination of your fighting, agility, strength, and endurance. So, for instance, I'm sitting here, and who is this I'm looking at? Is this Bill? That's Bill. So Bill has
Yeah.
his cyborg. So his health is a combination of fighting, agility, strength, and endurance. So that is 40, 10, 40, 40. So there's 130. So he's got to put 130 next to his health. And this is the amount of damage they can take. 130, not no 130. So this is the amount of damage they can take before dead. All right. Karma is the same thing, but it's reason, intuition, and psych thrown together, which of course for Bill is 80. Now, karma in this game is really interesting. Karma can be used to advance your character, gain new powers, do things like that. But it also can be used in play to add bonuses to your character. So that's kind of cool, right? And when you gain experience in this game, you gain karma, right? So you're using your karma to advance your character, but also to have a better chances in combat. It's quite the nerve wracking decision sometimes. Oh, I really wanted to have that karma for this, but I got to save myself, so you have to burn it, right? I love karma. It's a wonderful concept, but everybody does the exact same. So DeWolf, why don't you tell us what is your health and karma right now?
I have a health of 80 and a karma of 36.
Okay. Now, Bill's 130 health is pretty solid. I mean, that's near Spider-Man. So he's a mid-tier hero. Whereas DeWolf 80, he's street level. And DeWolf, your karma.
That's super street level.
It's super street level. Your karma is 36, which is also not great. So we have a very street level guy, but so we're really hoping that he will get some good rolls, so that over here in his powers he can be more dynamic. But he's going with sidekick concept, so that's kind of cool. Denali, what was your totals? Which I'm terrified to ask, but
So my health was 365.
Jesus.
And my karma was 46.
Wow. Now, 365. That's like beat down Thor level of health. That is very powerful. And George, what's your totals?
All my totals is 3, 6, 9, 12, 12, 13, 14, 146.
Okay, that's not how it works, George. All right, what you want to do is you want to take your fighting, agility, strength, and endurance, which is, as you have them written here, would be a total of 76. So write 76 under your health.
Okay.
Okay, and then your karma would be a 70. All right,
Okay.
which is very street level. It is very much a street level character. But so interesting. We got a bunch of kind of street levels here with a little bit stronger guy in Bill, and we have a god. So Tank, what are we looking at for your totals today?
Yes. I've got 150 health and 40 karma.
So you and Bill. So we have a god. We have two, Avenger level type of fighters, and we got a couple of street level guys. So it's interesting. Maybe the street level guys are both sidekicks. Maybe we can do like that. That could be fun. But anyway, the only other thing we really need to do with these characters is to roll up their power base. But we don't have time to go through a whole bunch of rolling again today. I'll do that off stream. Because it's not interesting. But basically, we have these characters. They're set up, and this is the process. So I guess the last question I'm going to ask everybody is: now that you understand the concept of who your character is, what they look like, what they can do, what is their name? What is the name of your character? And I don't mean John Smith. I mean, what is your superhero name?
Mine's a 90s superhero. He's Metalhead.
Metalhead. All right, sweet. How about you, DeWolf?
Pulsar.
Fine. Denali, what do you think, dude?
Ragnarok. Your name should be Ragnarok.
Maybe.
I'll put it there just as a placeholder.
Yeah.
And see once the character is fully fleshed, I'll come back to the name. But for right now, Ragnarok.
Ragnarok. It makes sense, actually. What about you, George? What's your character's name?
Well, it's either the ferret or the weasel.
What about the screeching weasel?
Which one of these characters actually can get in and out of? No. What's that Ricky Tikki Tavi character?
Mongoose.
Mongoose.
What are you doing in there?
Mongoose.
We're having fun, Booster. Did you just wake up?
Yeah.
Sweet.
I made it to a stream. Holy crap.
You did. And
how we doing, lads?
We're 2.5 hours in, actually, and we're about to end. But
what is making you lads go so long?
Well, today is our 200th episode, Booster, and we were having...
Hooray! 200 episodes!
Yes, hooray. And I wanted to do something fun. Of course, you know that I love role-playing games, so what we did today was create Marvel superhero role-playing characters. And we have everybody has their cool little character, and I think we're going on Bugbear's basement. We're going to run a couple of little scenarios and just kind of to demonstrate the game and have a little bit of fun.
Okay, I want to be Batman.
Yeah, that's not how it works, but okay. And
No.
Tank.
Doesn't everyone?
Tank. Now you got a pretty solid
my-
character here, dude. What do you? What's
yeah,
your
this is
name?
gonna be a fun one. His name is the Epic Shadow.
So Epoch Shadow.
That's right,
Epoch
Epoch Shadow. Real name is Kirby Krakel.
Kirby Crackle. There you go. All right, sweet. All right, guys. Well, that's the process. And thank you all very much for all of you that stuck around to watch that. I don't know how much fun that is to watch, but we had a lot of you here for the whole time. So thank you very much. And just coming back to the guys here, what did you think of that process? Did you enjoy that? Was that fun?
No.
Yeah, that was one.
Dude, that was way fast for this many people. It was pretty cool.
Dude,
So,
I am good at managing tables, man.
well, that yeah, and the roles. Everyone has just really unique characters. So
Yeah,
it's gonna be fun to watch this
Yeah.
play out.
It is, and this is the cool thing about this system. It's completely random, but you see how we worked through and we came up with concepts, and these characters became something. That's a lot of fun. I love that concept. These days, where everyone's got the exact amount of point buys, and they're locked in the classes and all this races and all that kind of other stuff. I mean, it's fun in itself just the role play, but the character creation isn't as fun. This is a lot of fun. Just to create something and use your imagination. I think it's wonderful. But
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Is the name Hakchu? Is that a Japanese type name?
Hakchu? No, that sounds more Chinese to me.
How about Huck Chew, buddy?
Okay, I
Sounds
named
racist, but it sounds wrong.
All right, what's your name, George?
his last name is Gesundheit.
Oh, right, rock on. Good for you, George. And of course, he's the mongoose, which Marvel already has, but that's all right. We're just having fun.
Oh, there is a Marvel character called the Mongoose, really?
Yes, there is. Yes. He's in
they've
Daredevil
taken
and Spider-Man comic books. He's a
Yeah.
cool character too. He's a speedster. Teamed up with Craven once, I think.
There's also for Ricky Tikki Tavi.
Yeah, Ricky Tikki Tavi. Yeah, see, I would have just called him Ricky Tikki Tavi. I think that would be cool.
Ricky the
Tavi.
Mongoose. Ricky the Mongoose.
Right.
Ricky. R-I-K-I.
Pretty happy with my Pulsar, I gotta say.
Yeah, I really wish you'd choose a more cool name than just taking Pulsar. God. Yeah, but I think
What?
it is cool.
Quasar's already taken.
Right. But does your character have anything to do with pulsars?
Does Quasar have
He
any to
just
do
has
with
a lot of-
Quasars?
Hey now. I'm trying to bring logic here.
Well, he's more like a radar, so it wouldn't be like.
Ooh, radar.
Yeah.
I can imagine a small little guy who likes grape knee high. Anyway, that was a nostalgic joke. But anyway, guys, thank you all very much. We are going to continue this in next week, Bugbear's Basement, and we'll display a little bit of the gameplay and how the game works as well. I don't know if we're going to drop this into a full-on campaign. It depends on whether you the guys here want to. Really, because Bugbear's Basement is something that is very eclectic. We use it for many different things. So if these guys want to run a full campaign, I'm happy to do it. I would have to truncate it into 2-hour versions, but I can do that. Anybody have any other comments before we get out of here?
Can I play as Booster Gold?
No, you can't.
I'm going to roll for intelligence and play Booster Gold.
Okay, well there you go. But it doesn't work
Then-
like that.
Roll for strength and punch DM.
Yeah, and the question would be, are you capable of waking up 2.5 hours before now?
No, that is not possible
It is
without
not
me
possible.
getting a very good sleep.
There you go. All right. But
Well-
anyway, guys, thank you very much. We, of course, keep in mind we have several projects going on. We, of course, have George's Joe King that is going on. We have Brad's Handyman. And, of course, we also have the Tales from Beyond the Gate. So please go check those out. There's links down below. Of course, you can see this through Indicron. We really appreciate all the help and support you guys give us. It is absolutely awesome. And thank you for joining us for this very different Bugbear's Basement, but our 200th episode. And how cool is that, right? So keep all those things in mind. And we got our normal stuff, but I'm going to let Denali take us out as he usually does.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us for today. Support all the projects that we mentioned. It helps us, whether you back it or you spread the word. We do appreciate it all the time. Join us for tomorrow for Comics News Today, and follow that up by Blacklist Universe Drawn in Quarter Pro Edition, and followed by on Thursday, which is going to be the fan edition of Drawn in Quarter. We
Those
have,
I can actually make.
yes.
There you go.
But as always, your perception shapes your reality, so always make it a good one.
Namaste.
Hey.
Gesundheit.
Later, guys.
Flat Earth is round.
No.
Thanks, George.